This holiday, give the gift that says, let's cancel plans and just lounge. MeUndies has dropped a new holiday collection, and it's made for maximum cozy. We're talking soft as snow, ultramodal fabric, festive prints, and loungewear so comfy your couch might get jealous. Onesies, hoodies, joggers, even delightfully quirky holiday designs. You're welcome. Knock out all your holiday gifting needs with deals up to 60% off at MeUndies.com/comfort. Enter promo code COMFORT. That's MeUndies.com/comfort, code COMFORT.
Welcome to the Wilderness Podcast, your old school RuneScape podcast, made by casuals, done for casuals. Hey, Deagin, do you know what episode we're on?
55? That is a throwback.
We're on episode 55, the big double five. I am your host, Dilz, and with me, obviously, is Deagin.
Hey, how's it going?
How you doing?
Pretty good.
I had to do that throwback. It felt right.
Man, that brings me back to like 2004, 2005, maybe even before that.
Fuck, the golden age of the internet.
Yeah, like 9 Coronas. Remember that song?
Oh man, End of Z World.
Oh yeah,
baby.
I actually still watch that like once a year.
I'll go back to it, and it kind of holds up.
Yeah, it's
more than you would expect.
Really bad quality, but yeah. I don't know.
It's better than what you expect.
Yeah. But what's up with me? Non-RuneScape related, not too much. Started playing Dark Souls 3 a little bit again.
Oh shit, sucked into that.
Been playing the new South Park game, been playing Cuphead.
How's the new South Park game?
It's okay. It's funny, you know. I guess.
Yeah. Does it hold up to the last game?
Oh, I like the last game a bit more because the combat and like the items, like, you know, your armor and stuff actually mattered. Like they really dumbed down the combat mechanics and like the equipment system, which is weird because in Stick of Truth it was already pretty dumbed down.
It's pretty basic.
Yeah, but like now it's like what you wear doesn't really mean anything. All your power is in like artifacts, which are just like gems that you equipped. I don't know. It's weird.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's a shame, but
yeah. What's even worse is like on PC at least. If you ever play games on Uplay, the way Uplay works.
Wait, what's Uplay?
It's like Steam kind of, but for other games. It's
okay.
the equivalent. It's like it's a program that you buy games and you play games on, and you're required to use Uplay for a lot of games, like For Honor and the new South Park and stuff.
So even if you buy it on Steam, you then have to open up Uplay to play it on?
You open up Steam and it automatically opens up Uplay and then it plays the game, yeah.
Okay, so it's not like an Android versus Apple kind of thing. Like they kind of connect each other?
They kind of work together, yeah.
All right.
Which sucks though, because I use Family Share. Like I've talked about it before. Me and my buddy, we like take turns buying games.
Yeah.
And it's nice because, I don't have to buy that many games. But because it's on Uplay, like, I give him my Uplay account and he still can't play it.
Oh, that's,
It's like, it's like,
interesting.
Yeah, Stick of Truth has like, or Fractured But Whole has like 3 forms of like anti-piracy and shit. So it's kind of annoying. So good luck if you're trying to find a good, file to pirate.
Sure.
But,
all right.
I don't know. It's funny, but like I kind of had this with Stick of Truth, and I got it with this game a lot earlier, where the jokes kind of get really tiring, and it's like it's all fart jokes, and it's the same. Like they have a couple really good jokes, but then they beat it into the ground, and it ruins it.
You didn't like the sneaky squeakers?
No, not really.
the special,
fart or whatever.
Yeah, the special unique farts.
It's an okay game. I don't know. I probably will beat it because I bought it already and can't refund it. But yeah, I don't know. It's funny at least. But
yeah, I'm gonna have to get it. I did thoroughly enjoy the first one.
Yeah, the first one was
I thought
really
it was
good.
really well done.
Yeah, this one's like decent. It's got some funny jokes and stuff, but yeah. And then I played Cuphead and random shit. It's all fun. But RuneScape related, I got 99 defense finally. I got
nice. Oh, I think you mentioned that last week.
I don't know if I did. Okay, maybe I did. Because we recorded at a different day. It was kind of awkward when we did last week. So it's kind of hard
tornado
to remember.
watch going on.
Yeah. I guess I mentioned I got 74 prayer too.
Yeah, I think I do recall that. So congratulations on that.
I did like 3 hours of Blast Furnace.
Oh, out of your, what was it, 16?
Yeah.
Not bad.
Probably less than that, actually. Probably like an hour or two. Because like after like 10 minutes, my wrist gets super sore.
It's just swollen.
It's just like, I can feel the carpal tunnel. Like when I do rune crafting and agility, it's not bad because like with like the Sears Village agility course, you can kind of keep your mouse in the same area for like most of the time. But like with Blast Furnace, you're doing all these tiny little awkward movements. And you have to like, just the way you have to move your hand, I don't know, after a while, it just really gets on my wrist and it hurts a lot. So I just have to stop and Blast Furnace is fucking awful. Like my wrist is sore. After like 30 minutes, my wrist is sore and I'm just in a bad mood.
Okay, well, quick look. Okay, this is going to be a little bit of a spoiler / teaser for later on in this episode, but were you doing this before or after the update?
Both.
Did you find it helped at all?
The make all has like nothing to do with Blast Furnace. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
I wish I could sit there and smelt bars for 5 seconds. It's just like click, 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 and you lose like 6 GP every second or every tick or something like that. So like, if you're not being efficient, you're literally losing money. And you're watching your money count drain, so it's kind of like stressful too. And
pop back some Adderall and just focus.
Yeah, I don't know. It's awful. What else? I did a raid. Actually, I did a raid today.
How'd that go?
Not bad. Me and my buddy are getting a lot better. We're like figuring out a lot of stuff. Like he found out you can rake weeds and get seeds. I didn't know about that.
Oh, okay, cool.
We found like a boulder that we can both push and we get points. Didn't know about that either. And then we're just like figuring out like better optimizations. Like when we're killing Ohm, like we die once whenever we kill Ohm. It's like Hallmark. Well, I always die once. Well, unless you make like a really stupid mistake, but generally like you're going to die once on the last phase because you just have no supplies and we're just like not good enough yet.
Okay.
Because there's so many mechanics. So we like it's better than we dying like us dying like 50 times on our first attempt to once on our 5th or 4th. I don't know which one we're on now. But yeah, we like figured out like we started bringing Ruby Bolts E into raids, and I don't know. I've probably talked about it before, but it's the enchantment. It like deals damage on the percentage of their health, and it caps it at 100.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really good for a lot of bosses, especially Corp. And then we figured Ohm has so much health, and on his last phase, you have to range him.
Yep.
He has so much health that you're better off. You're gonna get more DPS out of the Ruby Bolts than with your blowpipe, especially because like you have to move around a lot, and
yeah, that's right.
The blowpipe is only so good because of how fast it attacks, and if you have to move around constantly and you don't have time to attack and then move, you kind of makes it last a lot longer. And so we tried it out, and like I got like 4 specs off with the Ruby Bolts, and it's like 400 damage, and we figured out you can like use the Ruby Bolts until like a third of his health left, maybe like 25% of his health is left, and then you switch to the blowpipe.
True. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. It made it way easier. So it's cool. We're like figuring out little tricks and how to progress faster. And I've been slowly upgrading my gear too. Like I have an Anguish that I'm bringing in now, and
nice
Pegasian. So it's pretty nice.
Which one's the Anguish?
It's like the it's for range, but it's the necklace, the Zenite necklace.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah. I'm probably missing some stuff, but I can't. Oh, I broke 1900 total level. Did I mention that last week?
Oh, damn. Score. 1900.
So I'm kind of tempted to just power level construction to like 80 and then get my hunter to like whatever. Just like level up as fast as I can with like whatever.
Get to those 2K worlds?
Get to those really laggy, shitty worlds, yeah.
Then you can complain about it, though. That's what's the best part about being able to enter those worlds.
Yeah, that's true.
Because every now and then you'll see a post of someone being like, well, fuck, just got my 2K total level, went to the worlds, and it's a lag fest. Because if you don't know, apparently the 2000 total level worlds are super unstable, and they're constantly lagging.
Yeah, like 5-second delays pretty much.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's what you get for playing RuneScape enough to get 2K total level, I guess.
They're trying to get you to quit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it for me. I'm probably missing something, but whatever. What about you?
Myself, let's see. We're getting closer to that date where I have to move. So I've just been fucking, giving her playing RuneScape, just trying to put in as much time as possible. Not really, but sometimes it does feel that way. I gotta get my fucking internet shifted soon. We move, I think it's November 5th is when we're gonna start moving things in, but between November and November 5th, we're gonna go on just a little trip down to Montreal just for a couple days.
See the strippers?
Yeah, 100%.
Nice.
I haven't told my girlfriend yet, but she'll be fine with it,
It'll
right?
be a surprise. It'll be a nice surprise.
Yeah, it's part of the experience. Strippers and poutine, right?
Yep.
So yeah, besides that, gearing up for that, what have I been doing in the RuneScape world? You could probably guess.
Slayer.
Oh yes, Slayer and defense. My defense is getting close to 83, I believe.
Nice.
So making some fat gains there. I'm so close to 91 Slayer. I'm like 40k away, so hopefully we'll get that tonight once we're done at this episode. And I got 98 hit points apparently.
Nice.
That's one of those things where you're just kind of like AFKing some task, look over and you're like, shit, when the fuck did I get 98 hit points?
Yeah.
So that's a skill you just really don't pay attention to. At least I don't. I just normally get like levels in them and I'm like, oh fuck, there it is.
Yeah, that's how it was for me until like I was like 5 or 6k away from 99. I was like, all right, I kind of want to keep tabs just to watch it go to 99.
Yeah, because it's like such a passive skill.
Yeah.
Especially when you get to the higher levels, like it takes like, it feels like weeks just to level it.
Yeah.
Well, 100% is weeks, but yeah. Yeah, kind of just same old there. Killed some King Black Dragon with a few people from our clan chat, so that was fun. Nice. It's actually a lot more enjoyable when you're doing it with other people.
Yeah.
Even if it's less efficient, it's still it's just, I don't know, it's more fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate doing KBD because it's I can get like 8 kills in a trip, so when I get them on Slayer task, I always have to do 2 trips, and I hate that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just a boring boss. But yeah, it's not bad when you have other people there.
I find that I agree. Like it can be pretty brutal on your own. Like you just go through an inventory so quickly. But then when you're with even just one other person, like I was able to get like 25 kills to 30 kills in one trip just because with one other person, suddenly he's not even hitting you half the time. Yeah. I found like, I was wondering, I'm like, do I even need to pray melee for this motherfucker? Because like, seems like he's not even really hitting me too often.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good. No notable loot. No visage, no pet. Nothing like that. Yeah. I think that's about it. Got killed in the wilderness again with a master clue. That kind of sucked because it was like my last step. It kind of breaks your balls a bit. I don't know if you do this, but do you do this thing when you're in the wilderness and you see a white dot and before you decide to log out, you check to see what level it is first?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just checking for that level gives that player enough time to teleblock you or ice barrage you?
That doesn't happen with me, But it's usually like I get ice barraged and I'm like, oh fuck, what level? Okay, can I live? Yeah, I can live. Or it's like I see them, check their level, then log out. Unless they're wearing like full arms, the Niet's not helm, then that's an insta. They're probably maxed and I log out.
Okay, see, like this happens to me, and maybe I just lag in real life. Like I'll see the white dot on my mini map. I'll move my screen so I can see what level it is. Put my mouse over top of it. Oh, it's level 120, and I'm teleblocked, and I'm dead. Like even though I easily could have probably logged out or something like that beforehand, but. And I always tell myself, as soon as you see a white dot, log out or world hop. Simple as that. As soon as you see the white dot. But no, I gotta fucking just check to see if it's like a PK or...
Yeah, the worst is because I use the burning amulet to get to KBD because I'm just that lazy.
Oh yeah, me too.
And so many times I'll like telly in and just instantly get piled on by someone. And they'll obviously they have a team, so it's like, all right, like, but I have never been killed going, like, they just can't, like, I've literally had it where I get piled on by, like, a team and they're, like, trying to, like, kill me and shit, and I'm wearing my proselytes protecting mage, and I go through, like, I had it where I ate one shark, and I just, like, went and started my KBD trip. And I was like, okay.
That was fun.
Like, literally just, like, ate one shark, that was it. Like, no skin off my back, but...
It adds the excitement to the game a bit, right?
I just find it annoying, because it's like, come on, like... Okay, sure, go ahead and teleblock me, but I mean, like... Chances are you're still not going to kill me, and if you kill me, you're gonna get, like, 300k worth of shits. Like, I guess that's worth it for you? Alright.
You just go super negative and get super, like, Debbie Downer. See, I'm the opposite. I get super fucking, like, an adrenaline rush. I'm like, oh shit, I got ice barrage. Go. Okay, let's do some prayer flicking, this, that, and this. And I get away and I'm like,
maybe the people that attack you are actually good. Because I actually had it where I was doing something in the wilderness and some dude jumped on me. And then I'm like, all right, I guess I'm going to just attack this guy back. And all I had was like a whip or something. Like I was doing something trivial. And, I think I was doing like Wilderness Diaries or something. And then he would like pull out his DDS, sit there for a second, and I'm like, okay, put on Protect for melee. And he like runs past me, stops, and then DDS specs me, and I'm like, oh, I didn't see that one coming. Nice one. That was sweet, dude. Like, I just find it like more of an inconvenience.
Shit, sounds like you're running into myself trying to PK other people. The amount of times I go deep wildy PKing and I just get fucking Parkinson's and I can't click on the dude and I mess up all my things and next thing you know I just like totally gave up a free kill.
I find
it's super embarrassing.
I find if somebody's attacking me, I don't really care, but if I'm out PKing, like I'm like, oh shit, and then I get really bad. Like if somebody jumps me, I'm like, all right, just guess I'm gonna deal with it. But like if I'm the one jumping people, that's where like I suck ass. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's that's me. So we're gonna work towards that. One thing I actually learned. I guess this is the second time learning this. Apparently, did you know if you get the Jad task, you can get the Slayer task, and it'll ask you, do you want to kill some Tazar monsters or do you want to kill Jad once?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know if you go to kill Jad and let's say you die to Jad, your task is over?
Yep. You
okay, well, a while ago, I don't know if I've talked about this when it first happened. I might have forgot though, but yeah, I got to Jad and I got killed. And I was like, shit, alright. So I got back into, I tried it again and I got to Jad and killed him and then I didn't get any Slayer experience. I was like, what the fuck? And then I realized, yeah, if you die, you kind of cancel your own task.
Yeah, I think you still get some experience, though. Because the way every point of damage you do, or I guess like if you complete the task, I'm pretty sure it adds up all the health. Because like Slayer experience is based off of the monster's health.
Mm-hmm.
So everything that you've killed, up until that Jad is calculated into Slayer experience. That's why you get like 24k or something. And so if
you're getting experience per kill.
Yeah, if you die on like wave 5, right, you've killed like nothing, so it just gives you the experience of what you killed, though.
You get, I'm almost certain you get them as you kill the actual monster.
Oh, okay. And then a bunch as, Then
you kill Jad, then you'll get like, here's an extra 10k because Jad's such a fucking beast of a monster. But I think if you die the first time, then you go in there second time, like your task is already over. Like it doesn't say anything about, so it's just,
it's like a Jad attempt pretty much is what it is instead of like a Jad kill.
Yeah. So I learned that a while ago. And what I learned this week, oh god, I was so fucking mad for 2 reasons. So I went into the fucking the fight caves and forgot my fucking range potion. So the way I do it is I bring basically full god set of the D'hide, so you get the prayer bonus, and then I bring barrel gloves, Slayer mask, Slayer helmet, and then a blowpipe with adamant darts.
Yep.
Normally I bring 3 range potions, 1 stamina potion, 6 Cerberus, 2 anglerfish, and then the rest super restores. And that's usually like way more than what I need.
Mm-hmm.
So I went in, and then I realized I forgot my fucking range potions. So I was like, oh shit. Instantly walked out before I killed anything. And went and grabbed the range potions, and my girlfriend was waiting. She's like, oh, let's watch TV at like 11 o'clock, or I think it was 10 o'clock. We'll watch this, a show, because we normally watch a show right before bed and stuff. And I was like, okay, yeah, let me just finish this up. And I was like, okay, if I do this right, I could bang out this fight caves in like 40 minutes or so. So I jump on, I'm like fucking going super hard to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
End up taking me like close to 50 minutes or something like that. And I killed Jad, and I fucking realized that if you just go into the fight caves and leave, it cancels your fucking task.
Yep.
Immediately. Oh man, I was so mad because I was like I was going super hard. I was using the range prayer the whole time so I can get kills faster and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was wondering why it was taking me so long too, because I'm like, normally I don't use that prayer for the whole thing. I use it for maybe some kills, but not for the whole entire fight caves. And then I realized, I'm not getting the bonus from the fucking Slayer mask.
Yeah, man, that's a struggle.
So I learned that too, so.
Yeah, it's good to know, I guess. Honestly, I get a lot of Jad tasks and I just skip them. I'm just like, I don't want to set out 40 minutes to kill. I know it's really good experience, and I know it gives me a chance. Like I can, because I'll sacrifice the cape, so it gives me 2 chances to get the like a 1 in 100 to get the pet, which would be kind of cool. But I don't know, man. I just like too lazy.
Yeah, because it does take kind of more focus.
Yeah, like I'm lazy enough that if I decided to do the Tazars because I can't spare the points or something, I just go full Darok, go down to like 1 HP and pray flick and kill the Obby Mauler dudes.
And you do have a chance of actually getting some money from that, opposed to, Jad, where you're gonna lose money from all the super restores and all that shit.
Yeah, but I think if you kill Jad in a reasonable time, like 40 minutes or 45 minutes, it is like, I think it's some of the best experience per hour for Slayer.
It's gotta be, and it's gotta be one of the more faster tasks, because I find like, if I'm doing like Abyssal Demons or Necrials or Gargoyles, you're there for, kind of lose track of time. Like, it's not super long, but like I always think it's quicker than it actually is.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's pretty good all around. Besides, if you're looking to make some actual money, you get some of the Tokal, but even that, you got to do it like 100 times before you can buy an Onyx.
Yeah.
But yeah, see, I'm kind of saving up my fire capes because I don't want to. If I ever do the Inferno caves, I don't want to have to go spend some time killing Jad a bunch so I can get some extra attempts. I want to be able to have like 10 fire capes. I'm going to like fucking waste on getting the Inferno cape, right?
Well, it's a one-time fee.
Isn't the Inferno cost 1 fire cape per attempt?
No, just 1 fire cape to.
Oh, man, are you serious?
Yeah.
So like you give it to the dude and suddenly he unlocks the cave for you?
So in order to access the Inferno, players must give Tazar Ket Ka a fire cape. This is a one-time fee, so after giving a fire cape to him, Tazarket will allow players to enter as much as they want. It should be noted the purple sweeps cannot be consumed within the Inferno. Yeah, dude.
Wow, I always thought it was one fire cape per attempt.
No,
which made me think like, oh shit, this cave is like, it is super hard, but on top of that, you know what I mean? Like it's even harder because you gotta give a fire cape up every time you want to try it, not just once. Okay, wow, maybe I'll get the pet. Maybe I'll exchange my capes and keep one in the bank, and next thing you know, I'll have a pet. Holy shit.
See, I thought you were gonna say you were gonna keep the capes until you had like 30, and then you're gonna just throw them all in for a pet. And I'm like, well, what if you get on the next pet or the next cape? You know, all these extra fire capes. But
yeah, and I'm thinking like, you know, if I saved up, let's say the 30, and then what if I got the pet just for killing Jad? Now I had all these capes that I previously thought I could use for the Inferno cape. Now I guess it could be used for PKing maybe, but wow, Jesus Christ. You know, welcome to RuneScape content. We are always learning new things.
I was talking to my buddy I do raids with, and we were saying if one of us ends up getting a twisted bow, like maybe just, all right, let's set out, let's get 100, like enough supplies for 100 attempts at the Inferno, and then we'll like just, cause I trust him. Like I've known this guy for 10 years. You know what I mean? He's not gonna like, I wouldn't scam him, he wouldn't scam me. Like I know him in real life and shit. But
that's what they work towards. They work towards that trust.
Yeah, over pixels. No, we're pretty good buddies. We're pretty close. But just kind of like, you know, all right, let's here's 100 attempts, go try to do the Inferno as much as you can. And then like if he gets it or if I get it, you know what I mean? Just like use the twisted bow to get the Inferno capes.
Yeah,
and then sell it afterwards, because like my next goal now, like, because I mentioned how I kind of ran out of goals, and I just was like, all right, I'll get 83 smithing for Lumbridge Elite, because why not? But I'm like, I kind of think I want to just max my combat and then just try and do the Inferno. I think it's like my next long, because raids was my long-term goal, and now Inferno's my long-term goal. And
I mean, that's a pretty good goal.
Yeah, like I'm gonna max my range and then my mage and then prayer.
That cape is super, like, what's the word? It's awe-inspiring. You throw it on and you know you're gonna turn some heads.
You know, it'd give me some merit for the podcast, you know what I mean? People would be like, oh, I should listen to this guy. He's got an Inferno cape.
Yeah, we can call you... Yeah, I can introduce you as Deagin, the guy with the Inferno cape.
Yeah. Well, that's how I introduce myself at parties and whatnot. That's how I go about it.
You pull up the RuneScape high scores. Hey, ladies, look at this.
Want to see my sweet Slayer level? I have 20 more abyssal demons to kill when I go home tonight.
They turn you down because you don't have 99 yet?
Maybe. Maybe that would happen. But, yeah, do you want to move on to the news?
I think it's time. What do we got in the news?
Not much. So, anyways. No, okay, so,
see you guys next week.
Yeah, we got a dev blog, and we have a big old update to talk about. So, we'll start off with the dev blog, which is the Deadman Winter Finals.
Ooh, more Deadman.
So, they haven't announced a date. They're not too sure yet, and, yeah, they're just kind of letting us know that. There will be no cap on experience gain. This is for like the week, the invitationals.
Right. So everyone starts fresh for this week, and everyone has to grind the stats that they want for the tournament, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. But they did make some changes. So yeah, there's no cap on experience, just like, you know, unlike the seasonal. Unskulled players will protect all experience on death, and there'll be a 50 times rebuild rate on experience.
Okay, cool.
So if you skull, you die, well, you can rebuild really quickly.
Sure.
If you die without dropping your chinchampas, they'll appear on the ground. I did like read about somebody PKing this dude that was like chinning and like no chins were there. And then he went back and found him again chinning and he killed him and there was no chins there and he was really mad. I saw that like a while ago.
I thought they fixed that, or they changed something with the chins.
They changed it with
Is it dropping them?
I don't think it was in what's it called? I don't know if the changes were in Deadman Mode. So they changed something.
I'm pretty sure they were.
I think there was a confirmation. You'd have to confirm. But if you were to die with them, they would like run away or some shit. I know that's how it was. I know that's how it is in the original, or not the original, like just old school. Especially if you're like PVMing and you die with Chinchampas, they just run away.
Mm-hmm.
Because historically, or maybe famously, we had someone in the CC a couple months ago die with like 5 mil worth of chins. I don't know if you were there for when that happened, but
I'm trying to think. That's shit. Regardless.
Yeah, it's pretty awful. But yeah, so they've changed it so if you die, at least within Deadman, they'll appear on the ground, visible to all players. So, oh wait, they changed it to dropping as well. Actually, in this.
Well, okay, so I went back and I'm looking at this. So this is a dev block from September 23rd of this year. And they had changed it where it says right here, dying with or dropping a stack of Chinchampas will cause it to appear on the ground, visible to all players.
Yeah, but this is within the Deadman mode I'm talking about.
No, yeah, sorry. This is a Deadman Mode blog that I'm reading. Winter season clarification.
I don't know. They have it right here. So maybe within the invitationals, maybe that it wasn't in the invitationals. Because like within the seasonals and the invitationals, they usually do have some different rules because it's only a week. So maybe this was just one of them that was.
Maybe when they change it in the Deadman Mode season, it doesn't necessarily change in the invitational. Or maybe a mod forgot to do it after putting it into the dev blog.
Yeah, maybe. I actually would not be surprised if that was the case. With all the big updates they've been doing. But
love you guys.
I'm thinking because they don't have like Barrows would be accessible. I'm assuming Ancients is accessible from pretty much day one. Like we'll find out if it is for this, but usually, you know what I mean, different rules for the seasonal and the invitational, just because time constraints and whatnot. They want shit to actually go down. So anyways, yeah, so they made it more consistent, I guess, the Chinchampas.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you have Chinchampas and you die, then, well, they'll get them. The Rune and Arrow shops now restock much faster. And fletching and crafting supply stores will also restock at a faster rate.
All right.
Equipment will restock faster depending on the tier. So, like, lower tier will restock. So, like air runes would restock faster than, like, a death rune.
Okay, that sounds fair.
Yeah. They've made some changes to prevent door spamming, and they've just made it more consistent to some doors that were being spammed, so.
Yeah, again, I remember hearing about this, but at the same time, I know the issue still was popping up where it's just like these fucking door spammers are still causing people, havoc.
Yeah.
And I think it was a problem. It was like preventing people from leaving areas. Like you'd have a couple people, one person fighting the dude, and then two people just spam clicking the door, right? Is that how it worked?
Like way back in one of the like earlier seasonals, they clans would go to Warriors Guild and clans would spam the door, and now you're stuck in the Warriors Guild. Or you can't get in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's shitty.
I mean they've changed how you enter the guild now and all that stuff. But anyways, moving on, they have a skull penalty for all players attacking a skulled player. So if you attack somebody who is skulled, you'll get one that lasts for 5 minutes.
Right on, okay.
If you had like a 30-second skull timer left, it'll go back to 5 minutes. And if it's over 5 minutes, it'll still be over 5 minutes.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
There's a 1 minute grace period for reasonable kills. So this grace period will be a temporary status of immunity from attacking other players, and a reasonable kill can be defined as killing a player within 30 combat levels of yourself.
Okay,
if killing
perfect.
a player with a combat level higher than yourself, you'll always get a grace period. So if you're like level 30 and you kill a 126,
Nice.
good luck, but good job as well.
Miracles do happen.
Yep. If you die or attack another player within this minute, you lose the remaining grace period. And if you log out, you lose the grace period.
All right.
So yeah. I really do like grace period in general, like how they have it in Deadman Mode. I do like that. Kind of nerfs clans.
Yeah, and it would cause people like not wanting to get kills sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Because people would just want to pile you.
Yep. The change to losing items remains in place, and you'll only lose 80% of an item stack. This applies only to stacks of 5 or more, so if you have 4 Abyssal Whips, you lose them all, but if you have 5, you'll lose 4.
Nice, yeah, that was an update that I really liked.
Yeah, and Protection of Magic Prayer does not have the duration of Bind, Snare, and Entangle. Player on house pools are unavailable for 3 minutes after combat. Barrels will be accessible. No raids or lava dragons. In addition to normal loot offered by killing them, Callisto, Venonanus, Vedian, Chaos Elemental, they'll have a 1 in 3 chance to drop a single 4-dose Cerberus.
Cool. Okay. Sure. Why not?
And then the same thing with the other wilderness bosses. Because brews can be like 100k in the invitationals. They go for so much.
Yeah, and if you watch any of the Deadman Mode tournament streams, you always see people like stacking up with their brews, and that causes problems in itself where like the last 2 people are fighting have like level 20 combat stats because of the Cerberus reducing your combat stats.
Yeah.
Except for your defense.
But so pretty much they're just letting everyone know that they're making the invitational week consistent with the actual seasonal.
Right. Okay, yeah.
And don't worry, there's barrows and all that stuff. So we got quite a bit more, well, a little bit more to go. They call like I guess it's titled the permadeath stage. So like the last tournament was, they were kind of just saying how there's a very big lesson within the last tournament's finale. And so they said that they've like fixed a lot of the issues with in-game mechanics and all that stuff. So I don't know if they're talking about like not being able to eat or click anymore when there's a lot of people in one area, but yeah.
Yeah, because that's a very vague statement in the sense that like, yeah, you had the issue of people either lagging out because of just the huge influx of players in one concentrated area, or once they went to the islands, they had things where it's just like a bunch of 10 versus 1s going on all the little islands, and you know what I mean?
Yeah. So they have, is it three significant changes to Deadman Mode, and I want to know what you think about this because it's kind of cool. This is for like the last hour, the finale. So the first significant change will be, they're called supply chests.
Oh, what? Loot crates?
Yeah, pretty much, right? Need 250 to open it though. You gotta buy a key from the Jagex shop.
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Yeah. These chests will appear each time the fog advances, and they'll announce the location of these chests in 2 different stages. The first will be like a vague notification, Falador, Varrock, whatever.
Okay.
And the second would be a more specific, so it would be Falador Party Room, the Varrock Church, or Museum, whatever. These chests will have they'll vary in lucrative rewards, such as like good weapons with special attack, or with good specs. They have like EXP lamps, overload potions. Yeah, so encouraging people to group up and fight over these chests because there'll be some good loot. The final area, so they're changing the second final area. The second change is the final area, sorry. So they usually they've always had one set location announced, and then, people would kind of just run in this small cluster and get chinchomped and barraged.
Generally speaking, yep.
Alcarad, but they'll just mention that finale area, which sucked, but
good times.
So their proposed change introduced a second area where they'll evenly split all the players between 2 final areas, like Barbarian Village and the Demonic Ruins in the Wilderness. And you'll be assigned a final location. So once the hour begins, you'll be assigned you're here or here. And the fog would be specific to each player. So I'll finish this up and we can talk about that because it's kind of weird. But so they want to split up everybody, obviously, and they want, if clans are going to win, they want them to have, like, 2 group leaders or something, right? They want, like, 2 organized groups as opposed to just one guy being able to organize everybody. And then also giving solo players and small teams a better chance of just having a victory.
Okay.
And the last surviving 64 players in each area will be transported to the final area. 128 would be in one specific area. Yeah, what are your thoughts on these two? Because they kind of conflict with what they want. So what do you think about these two changes or additions?
Let me get this straight. So you start the final hour, and instantly you'll be tagged with you're a barbarian village person or you're a demonic ruins person, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're instantly tagged as that.
Yeah. So
the fog then is going to affect each individual player. So there's going to be some fog that doesn't hurt some players, but some fog that hurts other players.
Yeah.
To funnel you into your final area, right?
Yeah. So they say that, so let's say I'm in Demonic Ruins, you're in Barbarian Village. I could potentially be in an area that would instantly kill you, but I'm not even taking damage.
Oh,
does that make sense? So they say the fog would be specific to each player. And I'm assuming that implies if you're in Group A or Group B, there's 2 different groups of fog. You know what I mean? Instead of having because I don't think their server's gonna handle 1,000 people with 1,000 different fog locations. You know what I mean? Like that's. Like,
I know. I get that. I get that. I was just okay. So that's how it's gonna happen. Okay, that makes sense. So then you go to the final area, and then when there's 64 players in each of the area, that's when you'll move on to the third phase, or sorry, the second phase. The very last
everyone
phase,
will be teleported to like the final island area.
Okay, so before we get into that, so let's talk about those two then. I just want to get some clarification because that one was a little confusing at first, and I just wanted to make sure I was understanding it properly.
It's a really weird idea that is either going to work like as intended, where it's going to have a really interesting flow where you're going to see players, instead of like one major, because usually in Deadman Mode, it's one major battle and then like solo players getting picked off or whatever, right?
Generally,
it's just like one big fight and that's like what we're watching and that's fun. But I think they kind of want smaller fights everywhere. One, maybe they don't want the same issue of people just not being able to click anywhere, like their clicks not registering.
Mm-hmm.
That can prevent that. And then also, it would be much more entertaining. Because like when you're watching big clans fight, you kind of know who's gonna win the second people start dying.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like, it's like, oh, they lost 4 people. Well, they're probably gonna, I mean, there's obviously exceptions, but generally it's kind of how it goes. It's kind of like a snowball effect.
Yeah, and then you got the solo players that are hanging out on the outskirts trying to not even be noticed.
Yeah,
So they're not attacking anyone because they don't want to draw attention to themselves.
And generally, if a fight goes 5 minutes long between clans, the first 30 seconds are really fun to watch, and then it kind of just like, in my opinion, it just like, it just kind of gets boring. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
But, so I think that's like, they're trying to make it more interesting with that, but then my big concern is with the supply chests.
Yeah, so let's talk about that.
People could like, what if there's a supply chest that I can't get to that like just so happens to be way better than the one I'm able to get?
How would you know, right?
Well, nobody would know except for when they got it, but like Jagex would random. Know, right? It's probably not going to be randomly generated. I don't think it would be. I think they're going to like, all right, this supply chest will have this and this will have that.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they do it like that because if it's randomly generated, like imagine you running into a gas zone, wasting a lot of your brews, grabbing it and getting a DDS. I mean, that's a very extreme example, but then I'm in a safe area with my clan and we get like overloads and just disgusting, gear. Like the supply chest alone could be like, I lost because I was in Group A instead of Group B. I mean, obviously that's not really... It
seems a bit like that, and I wonder if they're going to have multiple supply chests to help. This one's going to be easier for Group A, this one's going to be easier for Group B.
Yeah, so they say every time the fog advances, there'll be supply crates.
Oh, okay.
So I don't remember how much the fog advanced. Like, I want to say 3 to 5 times. Maybe a lot more, but
yeah,
I'm assuming is the first supply chests are shitty, but as you get to how like in when they did the demonic ruins for the finale, it was like NMZ white star sparkly things that like made a rectangle.
Yeah.
Maybe there'll be a supply. Maybe that one will be one filled with like overpowered shit, like really, really good shit. That's in like the final area for each team. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like every wave of supply chests and fog that advances, maybe the supply chests get better and better. Maybe it's just completely random though. I don't know.
See, the thing is, they keep it very vague. For instance, imagine you open it up and you get a lamp that increases your combat skills. Like, I personally don't even know what that means. Like, are you going to get like you're going to open it up and you get 1 mil experience to a combat skill of your choice? You know what I mean? Like, the thing is, it
get 100K
sounds
and everything. Yeah,
it sounds great for like a solo player who's able to just run in there, open it up, and snag it. But I'm trying to picture it working out, and I'm just afraid it's gonna be what, the typical Deadman mode. You're gonna have a clan of 5 people running there, and just one person gets it, whoever needs it, probably the leader, and then the 3 people stand there and start picking off all the people that are trying to run in, and like, oh fuck, someone already got it, and they try to escape, and they're dead.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what the intention is, though.
Yeah,
because if you have a team of like 60, and there's 2 supply crates or supply chests you can get, are you going to send all 60 to one? Are you going to split them up? Or are you guys just going to ignore them, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And they're so vague about it. They don't tell you how much. They just say like the lamp will increase combat skills. Overload potions, we know what overloads do. They're really good. But
if you don't know what they do, well, at least in NMZ, I know they're in
raids. They work the same in raids.
Okay, so they damage you, but you get a shit ton of combat stat bonuses.
Mm-hmm. So for me, because I have 99s, I don't know if it's consistent for everyone, for everything, but you get plus 21 in all your combats. Or at least my attack, strength, and defense is what I've noticed. I get plus 21. You get hit 50. And after the 5-minute timer, because it lasts for 5 minutes, you get healed for the 50.
Yeah, okay.
But the big thing is you can brew down. You can use your Cerberus brews, which, Dilz mentioned. It raises your defense but lowers everything else besides prayer, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you can use your super restores to gain back your stats, and you can gain back boosted stats. So if you have like a super combat potion and you brew down, you have to like restore back up and then use another combat potion. You don't have to do that with overloads.
Oh, okay.
So overloads give you better stats, and then they're also like quote unquote permanent. Like you don't have to keep using it, and then it also heals you at the end of the duration, which could be really clutch in a final moment. That plus 50 heal could be huge.
Mm-hmm.
But they're really not specific, and like they just say they'll offer very lucrative rewards such as sought after weapons with special attacks. Does that mean AGS? Does that mean Gmaul? Does that mean does that mean raid gear? Can I get D-claws from this?
Hey, you got the Sear Cold bow.
Yeah. Magic longbow.
See, I think they do it on purpose because they want kind of you to be like, is this going to be worth it? And then they want you to kind of like risk. I think they might be hoping for a clan to have to risk themselves, maybe lose some clan members on the path of trying to get them. Then they open it up and boom, look at you got a dragon scimitar.
Yeah, I do think they want what I mean? A lot of I think they kind of want, let's say Bodhi is streaming and he gets one. Oh, bonk loot, mate. Oh, bonk loot, dragon claws, mate. Because that's all they say. But you know what I mean?
Pretty good impression.
It's my impression of every RuneScape streamer and YouTuber. But you know what I mean? They want that big reaction, I think. And
but at the same time, I'm sure you would get just as good of odd shot video from someone opening up and being like, "Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
I just got a bone crossbow."
Yeah. I got a bone crusher? What the hell am I going to need this for? It's not even a weapon. Yeah. I got to try. I don't even get charges with it. This is bullshit.
Rune claws. Wow, I didn't even know they had a special attack.
Yeah. But, so it could either work pretty well. I mean, I'm assuming it'll be random. I hope it's not random. I hope they kind of like figure out.
Yeah.
Because it would be kind of annoying to get 2 dragon claws. It sounds stupid to complain about, but getting 2 dragon claws and that's it. As opposed to like a G-Maul with an overload and like a piece of armor that's good or something.
It might just be one item too. We don't like I said, it doesn't really say, but that change in itself seems super random.
I like it though. I like it.
It's interesting. I don't feel like it would necessarily hurt it. Like I don't feel like that's going to open up all these kind of like problems now by having the supply chest being like, oh great, like look at, we were so close to having a good Deadman Mode tournament, but damn, these fucking supply chests ruined everything. I can't really see that happening, but I'm interested to see how it works out. And I guess quickly the final area, I got some clear. I like that. It seems interesting. I feel like that one again should work out as well. That seems like a kind of a random change, but they're kind of thinking out of the box.
Well, not really. Kind of the opposite, because it's like a battle royale, right? Deadman Mode's just literally a battle royale, and every battle royale has like supply drops.
No, I'm talking about for the final area now.
Oh yeah.
For the dividing area, up.
I think it's like an improved way of how they did before. So we haven't really specified the final islands, and we'll go into that now. Yeah. But like, just to go back, just so you guys aren't confused, when there's 64 in each area, 128 in total, you'll be transported to this island. And, so the way the island is that people get divvied up randomly, regardless of level, location, gear, whatever. And, so yeah, they have bracket 1, which is 128, 64 islands, 128 players, 64 islands. So I guess they're divvying up for 1v1s.
Wow.
Which is really, really big change. And then it goes from 64 players to 32 islands, 32 players to 16 islands. And they literally just keep forcing 1v1s. And they'll do the they'll do the 7 times until there's 2 players left and it's just the grand final.
Huh. Damn. That's
which is, I'm telling you, they have to be listening to this podcast because we literally have mentioned shit like this before. You know what? We
got a mole in here.
We're some time lords right here. We can see into the future. I remember like talking about like just turn it into fucking 1v1s. I remember us like having, I don't know if, I'm assuming it was on an episode, but I do remember us like talking about this.
Yeah, shit.
And divvying it up to all these islands. They have like a graph to show of like the mock-up of the final concept. I don't know if you have like the image up, but it looks kind of weird, but it's like multi-leveled. They kind of have the islands divvied up just for viewing purposes, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the islands are really close, so I'm hoping you can't like barrage someone on another island. I'm really hoping you can't do that, but we probably can't, but it kind of looks like that. I should like go into this just so we don't like miss it, but for the first sets of the islands, you'll be teleported with gear and stats and inventory that you left the mainland with. So if you use your if you have your overload stats, you don't have to worry about losing them. And yeah, what you have is what you get within these 1v1s. Items that are manually dropped by players cannot be picked up or traded while you're on these islands.
Oh, wow. So wow, nice. That's great to have because it prevents, 2 clan members being on the same one and being like, all right, I want you to go ahead. So here's my items. I got better gear than you. I got more food than you. Take it all. Yeah. That prevents that from happening. So that's nice. That's good.
So you pretty much can't trade. You can't drop items. Like healing supplies will not be dropped when you die.
Nice. Okay.
So yeah. There'll be a slow ticking fog that will begin to chip away at players' health in order to prevent intentionally stalling.
Okay, wow.
I'm assuming it's just on that island. I'm assuming if you're stalling if me and you are stalling, I'm assuming that we're not making gas hit everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think it's kind of cool that healing supplies aren't dropped, because that would give, if two solo players are fighting, they're going to want to kill each other. And, what happens if both of them are out of food, but then on the other island, it's two clan members and one guy just lets himself die. And now this guy has like a full thing of food.
Fair enough. Yeah. Okay.
But, yeah. So once only one player remains on an island, they'll automatically be teleported into the next bracket, and you'll have a short period of time to loot your opponent. Players who are successful at progressing, they'll have their inventory wiped of supplies, and they'll be provided a new set. So I guess they're taking a step further than just sharks. Maybe they're gonna they have 5 brews, 3 restores, a combat, a range, you know what I mean? Like they have shark, they have it all planned out of what people are gonna be getting.
Interesting.
They'll announce what supplies you get before the finale.
Okay.
Maybe even before the whole week. I guess regardless of what happens, you'll just get a full inventory of food and whatnot. They just wipe all your inventory. Hopefully they remember to wipe empty vials.
Yeah, no, I agree. I hope that's not an oversight, because they say wiped of supplies, food, and potions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming they probably right now it seems like they've thought of everything. It seems like they had one person working an overnight shift at Jagex HQ with a board where they're going to be like, hey, you're going to stay up all night until you can come up with every single problem that's, you're going to rewatch every single tournament and put down every problem that's ever occurred in all of their, tournament things.
Yeah, be very specific. All right, so we're not going to lose a Dragon Dagger on wipe, correct? Not going to lose a Dragon Dagger poisoned, correct? Not going to lose a Dragon Dagger super poisoned, correct? Not going to lose a Dragon Dagger poisoned plus, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Bronze Dagger. Yep, Bronze Dagger poison. Like being as specific as possible. Have a huge checklist of every single item they don't want erased.
That's what the interns are for.
Yeah, exactly. I hope that Barrow's gear doesn't break.
Imagine.
That would be really shitty. You kill some dude with Torag legs that you really want, and you're like, oh fuck, it's broken. You pick it up and you can't drop it in time, but now you don't have a brew.
Yeah, your inventory's full of just a Carol set, an Aram set, Torags. I don't even know why I picked up the hammers.
This guy's trying to swap this over for old school gold. What is he doing?
Yeah.
Oh, we have a straggler. He's running off to the GE. Anyway.
Oh, we forgot about the tell the other spell.
Yeah. Game breaking. But holy shit. Good. Imagine being able to tell the other, and then you're someone else, there's another 1v1 on the island next to you, and you're just spam telling other on the one guy.
And the winner is Wooks, and how the fuck did he get to the Grand Exchange?
He's talking to Viles again. Yeah. Modash, close your PayPal. You don't want to give him another 10 grand.
Oh, fuck.
The only reason why I keep bringing up being able to interfere in other islands, because if you look at the graphic, the islands do look pretty close. They look pretty close. The first couple, you can see the 128, the first brackets where they're going to be. And as it gets closer to the end, you can see where everyone will be transported to. And then the final will be in the center.
Mm-hmm.
But I really hope they don't fuck up and make it multi-combat or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And they're all longbowing one person. Fuck, we're back to the same problem as last time.
It's even worse now because they're stalling it out. Now everyone's dying to gas and bullshit. I mean, at this point, I'm waiting for something. This happens every single season. I'm waiting for something stupid like this to happen.
That's what I wanted to say. They're making all of these pretty extreme changes, and it's just I almost feel like when they shut one door and just open up another.
Yeah.
That might not happen, but it's been 7 tournaments so far, and there's always been some problem, and every problem has been super different from the last problem. That's why it's so funny, because it's just
it goes from somebody Tick eating fog to even
redemption.
Redemption to even having you have to click on an entry to go into this tiny area where a clan literally just barraged and bursted everybody that walked in. El Kharad.
Yeah.
They had to reset Callisto because somebody lured him to the final area.
It's instead of making these minor changes to their last tournament. They just like literally trash their whole idea that their last tournament was and start from scratch again. Okay, let's try it this way.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
I really hope that they stick with something like this though. For if you know, like I really hope that this idea works out because I love the idea of 1v1s because I think
it sounds great.
They're sick of giving money to clans.
Yeah,
and now they're finally realizing that like nobody likes watching clans win.
Generally speaking,
unless you're in a clan.
Yeah, like it's not as exciting as you'd expect a little clan fight to happen.
Yeah.
It's always just like one clan steamrolling through another clan. It's usually just because of sheer numbers, nothing else.
Exactly. Like clan fights would probably be sweet to watch, like a 4v4, 5v5, like small numbers would be really cool. But when it's like, you literally just see like a blurred line of chinchompas going from one side to the other.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's in perma ice barrage. It's kind of boring, but this will be really interesting. I just hope that the observers can actually catch like good fights. It'll be really hard to keep track of all these fights going on, like 64 1v1s pretty much in the beginning.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like they have improved from like their first tournament where like the casters, is that what you want to call them?
Yeah.
Shoutcasters. They've improved like what their interface, what they have to work with sort of deal, where before they kind of had to like, I can't even remember. It just seemed like they had to click around or something like that. Mm-hmm. Now they have like, they can actually click on players to see what's going on. I do hope they continue to give them a better way of like, you know, maybe having the screen split so that while we're seeing one thing, they're able to look around to see what's going on at other areas to be like, okay, this is exciting to click. Because, you know, we all hate when they're like, you know, you see a fight happening and then the fight dies down and then you're watching Bodhi's stream at home or something and you know there's an exciting fight happening with him.
Yeah.
But they're clicking around looking for one. It'd be great to be able to like, you know, maybe one caster's looking for the next area to hop to, right? Mm-hmm. And I know with League of Legends, when they came out with their spectator mode, you can click it so it automatically jumps around to where the most action's going on. And it seemed to work really well. I don't know if that's possible with the, you know, engine work and all that shit.
Yeah, well, they had like a director's cam, which, it was like an automated cam service, but like it would miss a lot because it's, you know, it's not perfect.
Yeah, it's not perfect, but like what I'm saying, it'd be great to give them, not like let it be automatic, but give them the option of being like, you know, oh, you get an alert, there's some action going off in Varrock. So you can click Varrock and boom, you can see what's going on just when you have a dull moment, right?
Yeah, even like if they just have multiple people observing different areas and then being able to like scene swap, like just change scenes to like whatever this observer's seeing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Might be really hard to do, but if they want to have like a good viewing experience, they'd have to put in a lot more money into like production. I mean, they have good production quality, but you know what I mean? Like just even more to get better like observers or something like that. Cause it's definitely hard, especially with what they're dealing with. But
I feel like we should continue talking because I feel like it might get exactly what we're talking about is getting touched on in the next paragraph.
Yeah, so they're aiming to hold open like a public beta for the Deadman Mode stage in November, and they'll make sure that all their systems are fully functional. They'll invite their casters, live rehearsal, blah 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 blah. You know, they want everyone to like kind of like a mock run. What is it called? Like a dress rehearsal. That's
perfect way to describe it. To see if people are going to be able to longbow someone on another island or something, right?
Yeah.
That's perfect. Okay.
And they'll have 4 casters in total to ensure ample attention is paid. So they have 4, which is good. That's double the amount.
Yeah, that's double. So that's perfect. Maybe they'll have 2 people who are, you know, talking about what's going on, then 2 people who are like, okay, your job is just to queue up the next scene jump.
Yeah. Hopefully they have that instead of like 4 casters, because
they're all just talking over each other.
Oh, and a big barrage, and oh, we gotta come over here. No, look at mine, look at mine. Like they're just kind of fighting over like the screen. But yeah. So they kind of just acknowledge that they're making a very big change, so they're gonna like make sure this one works finally, and they'll be supported by a real-time anti-cheating specialist to help moderate the event, specifically those found with boxing. as well as running real-time account checks for the final participants.
Damn, so they got like an executionist.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's gonna be like overseeing. Damn.
Yeah. I'm incoming DDoSing allegations. I'm still expecting that, especially if it's in 1v1. You're gonna see a lot of routers plugged with a screenshot.
Yeah.
Maybe if they're really bad at it, they even screenshot the Windows notification saying your router's been unplugged or something like that. But that will probably happen. Maybe they didn't mention that they're gonna be, because how are they gonna overlook DDoSing, right? They don't really know. But they did mention before that they're gonna help the players in prevention, because that's like you can't stop it.
Here's a guide. Here are ways to prevent it from happening. If it does happen, that's on you.
Mm-hmm.
Because it just seems like again, I'm an idiot when it comes to stuff. I really don't know. That's the thing. We were talking about it last tournament, and I said if I was in this tournament and I didn't do any research on getting DDoSed, I could easily see myself becoming a victim to it just because, hey, I went on someone's TeamSpeak server because we were going to talk, some clan invited me to, they're going to teach me how to Deadman Mode, or I went on some website, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know I could fall victim to that just because I'm pretty ignorant with that shit, but yeah, they did say they were going to give guidelines and no excuses kind of deal.
Yeah.
That's good.
But yeah, let's move on to the prizes, because this is pretty interesting. So the first player will receive $20,000.
Oh shit!
The second place gets $10,000.
Oh boy.
Third and fourth get $1,000.
Not bad.
And the final 12 will get a year membership. So out of 16,
nice. That's
the bottom 12 will still get a year membership, so it's worth it.
That's awesome. Cool. That's helping out the little guys. I like that.
Yeah. Yep. And yeah, it makes it not as painful to get second.
Yeah. That's true.
Still $10,000. You can't really complain.
Yeah, it gives you some money to buy bonds with, so that's still nice.
Go to the duel arena, double that real quick.
Oh, of course.
And it's just like you won.
And yeah, that's pretty good. Before we do move on from the Deadman Mode, I do want to say, because I've seen this before where people are complaining about the server problems and shit like that, and they're saying stop spending money on the Deadman Mode tournament, stop putting up $20,000 and use that on getting better servers. Just throw the money at, the servers. Again, pretty ignorant how it works, but I'm pretty sure this money is never meant for anything else but for marketing.
Yeah.
So if we weren't going to be seeing it for this Deadman Mode, it would be seen in some other way. Maybe advertisements, maybe you'd see some commercials on TV. I don't know. But
it's a multi-million-dollar company. They're worth quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no way they're taking money out of Mon Ash's paycheck to the past is the past, but no, I'm joking.
Yeah, fair enough.
He did that on his own. No, but I mean you're right. They're definitely, this money is coming out of something like marketing or advertising or
yeah. It's not like this money is, getting taken away from hiring another mod that could work on the engine.
Yeah.
This would always be used for marketing or advertising. And clearly we would not be seeing this many Deadman Mode tournaments if it wasn't working. So they definitely see, a lot of positive things coming from having these tournaments, because it's always in the top 5 of channels for Twitch, right? Which is, and that's a big one.
I think if this one goes well, I think regardless, this one will be one of the better ones. But if this one goes well, then the next one will be even bigger, in terms of viewership. This is kind of make or break, right?
Well, that's the thing. Each one has been kind of a sham in some sense. There's been some exploit that happened, or people were unhappy in some sense with how the tournament played out.
Yeah.
And if we're still seeing them, then it's working and bringing in new players in some aspect or whatever, right?
Yeah, exactly. It would be saying, Jagex, why are you giving out an Inferno Cape for the first one to beat it? You should be it's no, that money is for it's advertising. You see people talking about, you go on Reddit, you see people mention this stuff randomly, and Deadman Mode definitely does work. I've literally seen people go, oh shit, I want to get back into RS after watching a Deadman with me on Discord or something. Like, I've had buddies that, like, start playing it. I have a group of friends that they all get together, like, every winter seasonal, and they just LAN for, like, 2 or 3 days straight. And exactly. They don't even play runes. They literally play, like, Deadman Mode once a year. They sub for a month, and they just have a big LAN, and then they just, you know, then they stop afterwards.
Yeah, and so, like, Twitch, it's like, we're in the new age of the internet. Twitch is it's this new way of entertainment, right?
Yeah.
And I know I've talked to a few people who are brand new starting, and I was like, how did you get playing this game again? And quite a bit of them are just like, oh, I watched people on Twitch streaming it.
Yeah.
And I was interested, so I tried it, right?
Yeah, well, Twitch is, like, the best way to advertise for your game.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at, like, all, like, PUBG and all those really popular games, like, they only get big because of streamers playing them.
Oh, yeah. That's like, true.
It's ridiculous. But,
and they make games specifically for not specifically for streamers, but they make them very streamer friendly so that people who are watching a streamer can enjoy it too, because they know that it's going to bring in some people.
Yeah.
I know myself. I don't even watch streams that often, but every now and then I'll click on like some of the top channels and I'll watch a variety streamer, and next thing you know, I'm playing Town of Salem, a game I've never even heard of before, and I'm playing this game that I saw a streamer play, and I was like, that looks pretty fun. I'm going to try it out.
Yeah. And I think, with Deadman Mode, it's supposed to be like, well, if you don't like playing RuneScape, there's this mode.
Yeah.
So...
And if you don't like to play this mode, there's a whole bigger side of this game that might not always get the top viewership for streaming.
Yeah.
For streams.
So, yeah.
Cool.
But, so that's pretty much it for Deadman Mode. I'm really excited to see how this one plays out. Because, it's probably
it's
like...
Biggin.
It's not like if it fails, they're going to stop with Deadman Mode. But I mean, like... It'll plateau in terms of how many more people it'll get into the game.
Yeah, so we might, like this one, we're seeing an increase in money they're giving away. So we know the last one was better than the one before that.
But they also, the prize money, this is part of the prize money from last seasonal. If you remember the whole fiasco with it.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why there's more money. But they also are making big changes to kind of improve viewership and...
Yeah, I guess...
I was just saying, and just to, like, make it more, like, just interesting to watch. Instead of watching a clan win, you're going to see, like, crazy 1v1s go down.
Yeah, and they're realizing that they don't want to necessarily make it... They want it to look good as well as play good, because the biggest part of this is for people watching this.
Mm-hmm. Like, it is really upsetting to go, oh, who's gonna win? Oh, it's the last 5 people are clan members. They're gonna kill themselves. That shit is so awful to watch. I hate it.
It's so hyped up to the final 4, and then it's just like, oh, who's gonna... Oh, true. I guess they all...
Oh, I see. I guess 3 hashtag rots. I'm gonna go take a shit. I already know who wins. This is gonna be boring. My bathroom session will be more interested in this, but
But, well, I guess if we do see an increase in money, there's your answer right there on how well these tournaments go for advertising, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. Do you have any final thoughts for Deadman?
I'm excited. That's about it.
Yeah, me too. All right, let's move on to the update. So, Halloween 2017.
Oh, shit.
That's out now. Have you done it yet?
I have not.
Ooh.
Too busy slaying, buddy.
So I did it. Don't do it. It sucks. No, it's not too bad. You have to talk to Death at Lumbridge, and then he's pretty much like, "Hey, I'll teleport you to Varrock and go talk to like 2 dudes that are mining in Varrock, 2 ghosts, I should say, not dudes, mining in Varrock. Like, go talk to this guy at the Chaos Altar, the Zamorak Altar.
Nice."
They're, like, all over. There's, like, 5 or 6 of them. And then you have to get certain items, too. And then you have to make a potion. It's whatever. And then, like, there's, like, a little finale boss fight. You have to, like, do an emote and taunt him. And he's got to throw a spear. And he gets stuck in a barnacle. And you do that over and over again until you get him into a trap.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Yeah. The rewards are a sweet blue skin. Thank God that the purple skin didn't go through. It almost did at one point.
You didn't like the perps?
No. I didn't like it. I wanted the blue zombie skin. It came through.
That's
I'm happy.
A throwback. The old zombie skin. Or now you can cosplay as a genie.
Yep. I saw someone whose name was, it was something genie. And he was dressed up like as a genie. He's got the skin. He's got like the closest haircut as possible. Wonder Genie. I forgot what his name was. It was kind of cool though. I just saw him like standing around. I was like, I like that.
It's awesome.
But yeah, okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest. This is the first Halloween event I've ever got around doing.
Oh, you didn't do last year's?
I've never done a Halloween event in Old School until this year.
Oh, wow. Well, at least you got the quest that came with last year's event, which was basically a duplicate version of it.
Yeah, I went ahead and I did that. Usually, like, I get busy around Halloween, or I just don't play. Like, I'm just not into the game at the time.
Yeah, or if you are, you're too busy. You got priorities.
Yeah. So normally normally I wouldn't be able to do it because schoolwork, but my school's on strike.
Nice.
I'm paying to not get an education. It's amazing. I love it. Great feeling.
Paying extra to play RuneScape.
Yeah, I'm paying money to play RuneScape. It's awesome. So that's why I was able to get it done. So that being said, I don't know 100% what the physical reward is. You get like everything. I just got like I got so much shit at once. I couldn't even tell you. Like,
yeah.
So I think you get like a Jason mask.
No way.
Yeah. So I got a bunch of shit, but the Jason mask is like the newest thing.
That sounds pretty badass actually, because my girlfriend doesn't play RuneScape, but this might get her to actually get into it because she loves Jason. Like she likes Freddy Krueger, Jason, Leatherface, all that shit. Yeah,
get her into it. Get her to get that sweet Jason.
I need
Voorhees
someone
mask
to like woodcut and shit for me when I'm at work.
Yeah,
she's got the day off.
Yeah, be like, hey, this is what Jason Voorhees does.
I'll just put I'll put the mask on and be like, this one might make you want to play some RuneScape. Go, it's like chopping people, but you're chopping wood. Pretend the wood is like different body parts.
Yeah. Just role play.
Yeah. And I'm banned.
Yeah.
Muted.
Jesus Christ, you are really racist. Like looking at your like mute log.
True colors racism. Really come out when you play RuneScape.
I didn't even know that was a racial slur. That's kind of impressive. Anyways, so it's 2 weeks, the Halloween event. Cool. If you don't get it this year, you'll get it. You can get it next year at the Halloween event, but
yeah. So I'm sure you got all the skin colors as well.
Yeah,
which is like
I got all the skin colors. I got so many fucking items, and then you unlock like, player-owned housing. You can get like new walls and shit and fencing and stuff, like skins for that, which I think is really cool.
Oh, cool.
Like I didn't know that was a previous reward, but
I didn't know that either. So learning something new myself.
Yeah. Yeah, so you'll get a new mask, you'll get the zombie skin, and yeah. So go do that.
Yep.
But in terms of content update or quality of life, I guess.
Yes, something that's going to stay with the game for more than 2 weeks.
Yeah. The Make All update, which we've talked about in the past, where it's kind of our second Make All update for us. When we first played, it was just like click. You just had to click something a million times.
We mentioned with like stringing bows, how you had to click nonstop, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. So supposedly Modash had to rewrite 1% of the code for this update.
And I heard he also got rid of like 0.8 or 8% of
like 0.8% of the current code. Yeah, so we cleaned up the code.
Which is great, because if you don't know, or they've just talked about how spaghetti code they have it, where it's just like a mess.
Yeah. Most indie companies that go really big kind of joke around how shitty their code is. Like, even like League of Legends.
Yeah.
That started out as an indie company, and people meme about its spaghetti code.
And where like you change one character, and next thing you know, another character is invincible.
Yeah, like some weird shit goes down, yeah. So yeah, he went and fixed up a bunch of the code, and like, 1% is a shit ton. Like, that is so...
Yeah, RuneScape's a huge game, right? 15 years of shit added. Like, 15 years of weekly content updates.
So he had to rewrite 207 skilling features. And, like, I don't even want to know how many lines of code he had to write. Because, like, when I did programming, to do the most minor thing, like a faux cash register, was, like, with commenting and stuff, was, like, 150 lines of code, and mine was on the shorter end. So, like,
wow.
To rewrite 207 skilling features around a new menu, and there's custom menuing.
Sounds like some long days he had.
Yeah, so they said some custom menus needed individual updates with, like, anvil smithing, glass blowing, spinning wheels. They had to change a lot for this. And it's really convenient if you haven't used it yet or you're confused with how it is. On the make all interface, it'll say how many would you like to make of, like, whatever item, and then there's, like, 1, 5, 10, X, and all, and you can click on the top right. That's where all, like, the quantity is, and then from there you click it, and then you can select your whatever you want to, like, make.
It's super simple and intuitive. You know what I mean? Like,
it's really simple, and it's nice that. So I don't know if this was a thing in the past, but at least now, let's say, like, one of the images they have as an example is, if you're cutting magic logs and fletching. So let's say, how many would you like to make? It has the arrow shafts, the short bow, and the long bow. You can click 1, 2, or 3, and it'll just cut them all.
Yeah, I don't think it was a thing of the past, or if it was, I just was unaware and never did it.
So it's really useful. They do, and it is defaulted to all. They do realize that who wants to make 7 short bows, you know, like 5 long bows, you know, like, yeah. So,
and also, if there's only one option you can do with it, so let's say cooking a shark, you can push spacebar, just like you do with your quest, and it'll automatically cook your shark instead of having to push 1, 2, or 3. Yeah,
and it's nice. They do say, literally hundreds of skilling features rewritten.
Think about how many menus you know what I mean? Herb lore, you get like multiple for, like, every skill. Herb lore,
every
smithing,
single thing
fletching.
Every single potion you make, every single type of thing you can fletch, cook, like, everything was redone.
Think about crafting, how many different items you can craft between, you know, rings and, you know, glass, you know, was it blowing glass?
Amulets, armor, like, everything. So they do say, because there's been it's so heavy, and it was just Mod Ash that did it all. There probably isn't any major bugs or anything, but if there's any bugs at all, just they just want you to report the issue, because
be a nice guy.
Yeah, because it was a lot of work they put into this, or he put into this, and it's one of those things that, like, you see it and you just that's nice, but, like, really, it's
huge. I know. I'm super impressed with it, and, like, like, if there aren't any issues or any bugs found, I will be surprised, because you find them all the time, and this is such a big change that I'll be surprised if he didn't miss one.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, if there's so much shit.
Yeah. In other news, the 40% more woodcutting experience has now been applied when you're cutting Sulisette mushrooms.
Cool. Nice little buff there.
Yeah. They fixed up the polling system, so it doesn't try to load the entire poll history. They've just adjusted the in-game poll history to display accordingly. All old polls will still be viewable on the site, so just to make it a little more convenient to vote.
Okay.
That pretty much is it. They corrected some typos in the Varrock Museum. The Court Beast Cavern entrance now allows you to exit if you have a pet out, but it still does not permit entry with a pet.
Okay.
Which I think is weird, because I know with the Court Beast, the Corporeal, if you get the Dark Core of the Court Beast pet, and you try and walk out, it used to give you a chat dialogue, not letting you leave.
Okay. Interesting.
So it's weird that they take that out, so you can now leave, but you can't enter with a pet. I don't know. It's weird, but whatever. Yeah, in the new poll, there'll be 2 quests. that continue the story from Clan of Corrend, as well as a chance to buff the Aram staff. And then this is where they're going to be pulling, we talked about this before, the wood and leather shields, the long-range rock hammer, all that stuff. And the opportunity to get rid of the ditch, so...
Yeah, you're a yay on the ditch, right?
Yep.
I'm sitting on a nay, so that's good. We got little counter thoughts on that one.
So, at this rate, it's not going to pass because it's 50-50.
No, really?
Well, no, I mean, if it's between me and you, because it's 50-50.
Yeah.
If we were deciding the poll. But,
love this game.
But yeah,
is that it for basically the news?
Yeah, I think next week the Gargoyle boss is coming out.
That's right. I got Thursday booked off, so that's awesome.
If you have gargoyles and you want to try out the boss, I would suggest keeping your gargoyle or getting a gargoyle task and keeping it for the 26th.
Yeah, because you need to get a key, right?
Yeah, you have to get a key. I think you have to kill it on task too. I think it's a task slayer related, I believe. I'm not 100% on that though. So That's my plan. I'm going to crank through a bunch of tasks and skip a bunch until I get gargoyles this week. I'm going to sit on that.
Score on some big loot that day, eh?
Oh yeah. Hey man, I made 7 mil or 5 mil on Obor the day he came out. I'm going to make twice that amount on gargoyles.
You were one of those fuckers.
Yep.
Oh man, I'm jealous.
Oh yeah. Maybe that'll give me something to look forward to when I'm doing Blast Furnace.
Mm-hmm. Keep you motivated.
Yeah. This season ends on the 26th, so on the Thursday.
Okay, so that's...
This Deadman season, I should say, sorry.
So, yeah, same day as the Gargoyles, it seems like, right?
Mm-hmm. They intend to release Dragon Slayer 2 on Thursday the 4th, January...
Oh, fuck, really?
2018.
That's a lot sooner than I thought. I gotta get going.
Oh, yeah,
dude. These stats up. I gotta finish a few more quests. Gotta get that Dream Mentor done. Shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got time. You got a couple months.
Well, see, here's the problem, is my vacation days don't renew until the new year.
Well, okay, just take 4 or 5 days off.
I'm going to have to use a sick day. I've already used them this year, so I can't be like, hey,
we'll wait until January and just use the first 5 on the first 5 days of the
Can
year.
I use a vacation day for like 3 days from now?
I love working here, but I need to take the first 5 days available off. I'm going to take them off. In the new year.
Use all 3 weeks as soon as the year starts.
Yeah.
That's a great way to love your life at work.
Yeah.
Fuck. So yeah, I hope I can participate that day. If not, I'll be following it on Reddit as usual.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
cool.
That's it for the news.
Cool. I saw some things going on in the community.
Yeah, shall we chat about that?
Some other news. So I want to talk about is the Karam bomb. So with the Make All update, there's been a couple videos posted about people getting ridiculous amount of experience rates with the one ticking Karam bombs. Is that how you want to call it?
Yeah.
So the way it works is with the new interface, you can just hold down the 2 button, which causes you to, automatically cook your Karam bomb. And while you're doing that, you manually click your raw Karam bombs with the fire, so it causes you just to be able to pump out so many cooked Karam bombs really fast.
Yeah, you can cook them faster than if you were to, say, you just click a shark and you go to cook all. Like, you cook them faster because you're literally cooking a new one every single tick. So you're like you're just clicking as fast as you can pretty much while holding 2.
Yeah.
And the big issue is, with the Make All interface, there's now a gap between the Make All and your inventory. So if you have the Inferno area unlocked, you can use the sulfur vent there. The Rogue's Den, kind of.
Yeah, that's the video that I first saw.
Yeah. And yeah, so you can literally the bottom row furthest on the left, you could just use that Karambon and just cook it as fast as you can. And people are getting upwards of 1 million experience an hour. So
I've seen people trying to calculate it. It's probably going to be about between 900,000 and 1 mil because of having to bank and stuff like that. But that's a lot of experience.
Yeah, a lot of people are upset because at that rate, you can thoroughly cook the Karam wands at level 65. I mean, you're not going to get 1 mil at 65. You're going to burn a bunch. but you're going to get a shit ton of experience per hour. And you could if you're getting 1 mil an hour, you could get it done in 13 hours straight.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Which, just 13 million experience for 99.
Yeah. And, I think you have 500k or something experience at 65. So yeah, pretty, a little under 30, but you're not really going to get a 1 mil for 13 hours straight. And you're going to kill yourself after clicking that much for that long.
Yeah, still, you're going to pump out levels just every 10 minutes at those lower levels.
I mean, people do play this game for 18 hours straight every day. There are people that do that. And people
I basically have been doing that myself.
Yeah, people do that, and people could easily, hey, it's a weekend, I have nothing to do, I'm going to just spend all Saturday, I'm going to stay up really late and go from 65 to 99 cooking in one sit-in.
Exactly. That's insane.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's kind of, that's a pretty controversial thing that's been popping up, and I saw a tweet about it with a gif of it going on, and even Mod Ash commented on it, and he says himself, I quote, "One ticking terror bombs is not new. Players were already doing it before, and we do not attempt to nerf it in this update." So he acknowledges that this isn't anything new, but the problem now is it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it, and I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna do that. I fucking hate doing those super efficient 1 tick, 3 tick fishing kind of things. Mm-hmm. This one is it's just like stringing your bowstring, or stringing your unstrung bows.
Yeah, way back in the day, yeah.
It looks almost the exact same, except now you have to hold down the number 2 on your keyboard, so.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I mean, beforehand, people were using AHK and shit. Auto hotkeys. Way back in the day, that was a big issue, as people were doing it all the time. And it was definitely was way harder to do it back then, because you had to click a lot more and a lot more frequently. But now it's way easier, and people are pretty upset about it. I mean, they could just change it by making the UI a little bit fatter and taking up the whole bottom area, so you can't one ticket. But I think regardless, it'd be really easy to do now. But
the only thing is, I haven't seen as big of an uproar as I was expecting to see. There's still people pissed about it and people talking about it, but not as much as some other things. So that's there.
I think the big thing is that getting 99 cooking doesn't really do much for you in terms of what it opens up for the game. People generally will get 99 cooking to make money, and it's easy, and it's AFKable.
I always thought of 99 cooking as just being hey, look I got a 99 skill. I remember back in the day, fletching and cooking were the 2 easiest skills people would get, because it was one of the fastest.
Yeah. I got 99 fletching just for the money. I did longbows. I only did longbows, from, pretty much, I did U longbows to magic longbows and magic longbows till 99. Yeah, and I made a bunch of money, and that's how I kind of treated cooking as well. It's not 99 yet, but I'm at 92 or 3. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I mean, it's easy money, but now it's never been a valuable 99, so I can't see too many people caring. If it was
yeah, maybe that's,
if it was a combat stat or Slayer or rune crafting or something, then it would be a big deal. The game would be busted, but it's cooking. Who really cares about cooking?
Then again, how long did Guthin's NMZ for 6 hours last?
Yeah.
Same with, splashing. That lasted for, I don't even know how long, but it lasted for fair enough for me to quit, come back, and see it going on, and never really take advantage. I never took advantage of it because I just thought it would last a lot longer, so I'm just it'll be there when I want to train my magic.
Yeah. Easily. I really wish I took advantage of the splashing specifically, because I hate training magic, and that would have been nice to get the freest 99 magic ever. But
yeah, and it's nice not having to break your bank because you want to, burst monkeys like I had to do, which fucking a long time ago I talked about. I probably spent 30 mil at least. I killed my bank, and it's still recovering to this day.
Yeah.
So yeah, shitty. But yeah, I was saying there's not as much of an uproar with that as some of the other things that have been going on. So, yeah, this caused quite a big uproar. a hardcore Iron Man with the name Hard Bulge got banned for bug abusing the boss Cerberus with this, I don't know if it's a new flinch method or something like that, but it's something people started becoming aware of, and especially the mods, and they decided to give him the ban hammer, which at first was permanent, which later got reduced by 2 weeks once this thread blew up on Reddit.
Didn't they de-iron him or de-hardcore iron him? Did they de-status him?
I don't believe so. This is what Mod Matt K had said on the thread. He first came in and said, I'm going to talk about the people who kind of, gave the ban hammer or gave the okay to do it, and I'll come back with a response. And this was his response right here. It appears your account was banned for abusing this bug. We received a report of bug abuse, and after investigation, it was clear that you were deliberately exploiting it to avoid risking your hardcore Iron Man status, which is clearly against the spirit of the game mode. You abused the bug many, many times, and at no point did you submit a bug report. In fact, you proceeded to show the bug on stream and encouraged others to abuse it. In brackets, your Twitch videos have now since been deleted. Actions like these undermine the integrity of hardcore Iron Man and what the mode means to all those that play it within the rules of the game. We feel strongly that this is not in the spirit of fair play, especially as you glorified the use of the bug. With that said, we recognize that a permanent ban may be a little overzealous. In this case, as such, we've reduced your ban from permanent to a 2-week temporary ban. So that's coming from Mod Matt K. So since you have actual on-hands experience with Cerberus, do you want to kind of tell us what this bug was? Because I'm assuming you're aware of it as well.
Yeah. I never knew about it while I killed Cerberus, but I know what it is now after this whole kerfuffle. It's So when you're fighting Cerberus, he does his Aru thing that will call these ghosts, and they come from this like watery-esque area, and on this water like river stream thingy, kind of hard to explain, there's a boat. And the boat, like, there's no point in the boat being there, but there's a left click option to board the boat. So what people found out is that you could attack Cerberus and then spam click board boat, and it just makes Cerberus unresponsive. He doesn't attack, doesn't do Arus, doesn't do his Gurs, doesn't do anything, and you left click Cerberus for your attack, and then you spam click the boat. And if you've ever done any type of bossing, like they just call it a flinching method. I mean, most people do it when they boss, and that's when you hit like a boss and you walk under it to eat or whatever.
Yeah.
And, so like, because when you attack a boss or a monster, there's a couple ticks where it has to like register and then attack you back. So if you're quick enough, you can attack them and then click the boat to like not pull aggro, and then you just do that over and over again.
Right.
And you can kill Cerberus without taking any damage ever. And, so the mod said that this was bug abusing mechanics and all this stuff. And they were comparing it to, like the community has been comparing it to like, well, is it abusing a bug if I attack Cerberus and walk under him?
Yeah.
And honestly, like, it's not the same. He shouldn't be permanently banned. Like, he shouldn't even be punished. It's there. Like, I think if a company fucks up and has a bug like this, like, it's their fault. Players should not be punished for doing something that is in the game. That's just my opinion in general.
I mean, I only say, but at the same time, should it be okay for people to find out this bug and then just, people were withholding information from Jagex by not reporting it? You know what I mean?
I mean, like that kind of just goes against the spirit of the game in general. And that shit probably happening right now. There's definitely bugs that no one knows about, people are abusing.
Could be.
But that's just how it is. And like, but eventually, if it's something like Cerberus, people find out and people do report it because they like to keep a clean game.
Yeah, but exactly. There's people who, they like the integrity of RuneScape and they want to keep it.
Yeah, exactly, right? So I don't think it would ever be like the whole community is abusing this bug and they never find it. Like people will be like, this is bullshit, and they will, and it's like, okay. And it just kind of boils down to like, they should make sure that this isn't possible, because like, okay, people compare it to like what I mentioned, walking under, but if you're clicking a boat that is just freezing a boss up, like that is very different than like attacking Bandos and walking under him after every time you attack him, just so he hits you less. Because like when you're doing that, when you're doing like the former or the latter, I mean, you're using like the boss's size against him, right? You're walking under him and under his model so he can't hit you. But when you're clicking a random fucking boat every time you attack him, and Cerberus has like no chance to hit you back. Like it's like they're very like explaining it, and you know it's very different. Like
yeah, exactly. You can see the difference there now. But this is where things get kind of weird, and like we all know, RuneScape isn't the best for being consistent, and the J mods, you know, again, not very consistent with everything. But there's a lot of bugs in this game that have become part of RuneScape in itself. So I've been seeing a lot of people being like, well, is this okay? You know, like, for instance, prayer flicking is kind of manipulating a bug with the ticks, the way the tick system works, right?
Yep.
And again, I know that's very different, but then you have something like, a friend even made a video once this all happened, where he showed himself luring Callisto far enough where he gets just kind of stuck. And then he just stops moving, and Callisto, the wilderness boss, stops moving, stops attacking, and you could literally just click your guy there and let him punch him, and you don't have to worry about anything except for other PKers. But you don't have to worry about the boss even attacking you. So I've seen a lot of people being like, well, why the fuck is this still going on? Why is nobody getting in shit for luring the bosses away? Can't find it right now, but I think JMod even said they feel like that is a bit different in some sense. Are you aware of that bug at all?
Yeah, I mean, I've done it with Deagin.
Yeah, so people start saying, like, well, why the fuck can that happen then? And, like, nobody gets in trouble. So, like, this is where it gets kind of weird, you know what I mean? Because when I saw a friend's video, I kind of knew that bug existed, but I did not know to the extent of how bad it was, where, like, you could literally kill it with no issues, like, no risk, really. You could one item it all of a sudden, right?
Yeah.
So that seems kind of weird to be able to do that in the game and not get in trouble. And they said we feel like that's a different, you know, that's a different case versus the Cerberus bug, which I guess you could make the argument that's different, but still that they're aware of some of these bugs and maybe they don't know how to fix it, or I don't know.
I mean, regardless, they should be fixing those kinds of bugs, like with the wilderness bosses and whatnot. I don't think, like I said, I don't think any of it should be bannable, unless it was like the only thing was like the dude who made 50 accounts to Gmaul Corp Beast and he had like a bunch of bots doing it. Like that shit's different when you're doing it for like real life monetary gain. But if you get like 30 kills on like Cerberus on your hardcore Iron Man for pixels, like it's like, who gives a shit? Like it's the exact same thing as people bringing mains when they're on their Iron Man and getting their mains to tank the bosses. It's the same thing where they're abusing aggro mechanic to help with their Iron Man, right?
I get what you're saying, but it takes away from the integrity of like an Iron Man account. Because I know when I see an Iron Man account, you know, let's say I see them with like some pretty good gear, I go, dude, fucking sick. That's an awesome account. That is impressive. Mm-hmm. Now, if later I see some like Twitch video of him like being able to easily kill the boss because he had a friend tank it for him, I'm gonna go like, oh well, fuck, that's you know, that's not as impressive at all.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at the end of the day, they're kind of just taking content from themselves, but I mean, they shouldn't be punished. I mean, it's tricky because like with the Cerberus
you want to
thing,
set a precedent that like, hey, if you see other bugs like this in the future, like let's say when the new raids come out, we don't want people just being like, all right, let's fucking all abuse this bug before they switch it. You know, let's try to get as much gear as we can from the new raids before they end up, you know, they want people to be like, I know this exists, but I'm kind of scared to do it because I don't want to get, you know, in shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to get banned or whatever.
Yeah, so, okay, so let's say this guy's killing Cerberus, he gets primordials from this bug. I think, like, at most, they should just take away the primordials and then fix the bug. You know what I mean? Like, but they can't really do that because it's Jagex. They don't really touch your items ever, it seems like. But they kind of just have to like get on top of like some of these boss fixes. Cause I've done it with Vedian. Like, you can't de-iron me or whatever. You need to ban me for 2 weeks for killing Vedian like by doing a bug like 14 times because I had a shitty ass Slayer task, and I had to just kill him a bunch.
Yeah, I agree. It sucks to be punished for that, but I do hope they fix things like that because, you know what I mean? I want to be able to go to a boss and be like, oh, how do I kill it? Look up a boss fight and then, or a guide on YouTube, and next thing you're like, okay, you want to lure him over here? And
I mean, if you look up a Vedian guide, that's kind of what it is.
Exactly, but I want it to be like, all right, this is going to be a tough one. You're in for quite a challenge because you're facing a very strong boss.
I mean, here's the thing. Did they fix the Cerberus bug?
They have since fixed it, yes.
Okay. That's the most important thing, but I think, like, I don't know. I know the big issue is they didn't ban a streamer foe who did it on stream. Yeah, he told Bulge about it. He told them about the bug and to go do it, and then he gets banned for it. And he even admitted it.
Yeah, he did make a post himself saying, like, foe kind of, wrote a comment on the thread. It's probably one of the top ones, and he was saying, this is bullshit. This is really unfair for him. If he gets banned, I should get banned as well. So that's like kind of kudos for him for saying that. But at the same time, we've seen it before, a little bit of a streamer favoritism. Mm-hmm. They kind of pick and choose who they want to punish to, make an example of it. But in the past, we've also seen a friend get punished for things as well, right?
Yeah.
So it gets tricky. But Mod Matt K did actually make a post himself. I'll probably post it on our Discord as well. And he says, we can't really have rules that are black and white for these kind of things because RuneScape's such a weird game compared to others. But some of the things that they do look into before they figure out what to do with someone, how many times the abuse happened? Was the bug reported to us? What kind of account was it? For example, Hardcore Iron Man, Ultimate Iron Man, normal account. The benefits of it, so the experience and the gold that was gained, impact on game integrity, the impact on a wider community. Did the players share the reproduction steps with others via chat, Twitch, and social media? And would the player likely have known they were abusing a bug? So they try to look and take all that into account. They posted a graph as well stating, let's say 4 months ago, they had probably about 20 people doing the bug, and it was being used, a couple thousand times clicking on the boat because they can track what things you're using, right? Interacting with. And then once the video got shown, it went upwards to 110 people or so were abusing the bug. And it was, the boat was being clicked about 20,000 times. So after that, the Twitch videos were kind of getting shown. It really blew up in the sense of how many people started abusing it. Mm-hmm. So maybe they felt panicked and, okay, find some guy who shared it. And then, okay, not a streamer because we still want to be, we still want a large audience watching someone play RuneScape. So let's not get him. We'll get the next guy over, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll post the comment that Mod Matt K posted on the subreddit for you guys to look at as well. Post it in the Discord, possibly Twitter, maybe even Facebook. And, anything else you want to touch on about the bug?
No, I think that's it.
All right. Okay. And, moving on. We've seen an uproar of people coming into the subreddit from RuneScape 3. I've seen a lot of things. The first post I'd seen was RuneScape 3 is in trouble. Please help us.
Again.
Yeah. So, many people quit RuneScape 3 for multiple reasons, whether it was the wilderness being taken out, microtransactions being introduced, or EOC coming into the game. I myself quit when the wilderness vanished. That was back in 2007. And yes, there's multiple reasons, but RuneScape 3 in itself, it's a different game. It's not terrible. I don't want to shit on it. It's just a different game for the most part. They do a lot of things that I think are really cool. For instance, the questing. Some of the bosses are fucking really cool to look at and stuff like that. The quests are great. Some of them are even voice worked, which is pretty good. It's actually a lot more engaging. Anything you like about RuneScape 3?
Not really.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Not a big fan of RuneScape 3, but yeah.
Yeah, then many people aren't a fan of RuneScape 3, but I just want to say that they do have their own community that likes the game itself, so, as much as we shit on it, clearly it has a fan base that prefer it over Old School RuneScape for the most part. Now, we all know the problem with microtransactions with that game. A lot of us have seen a friend's videos where he spent a couple $1,000s on getting an account fully maxed in the least amount of time possible. And it showed that almost, I don't know how you want to explain it, kind of like a loot crate system where you open a chest and you get a reward from it that you spend real life money to get keys for. And he showed that was in itself the fastest way to level your account.
Yep.
Yeah, the problem that people are having now is that microtransactions aren't new since the Squeal of Fortune came out back in, 2013, 2012. I don't even know because I wasn't playing at the time. But over the past year, it has ramped up tenfold with nonstop promotions for the microtransactions and things like that. And now the direction of the game seemed to have shifted as much as it shifted before with the microtransactions. To them, I guess it shifted even more. So I was trying to look into it. Like, what was the problem? Did they start selling the best weapon for real life money only? It was nothing like that. It's just the promotions are just getting out of hand and they're just it just seems like they're trying to milk the cow as much as possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was like a graphic of the RuneScape 3's yearly calendar compared to Old School, and then like with updates and shit, and RuneScape 3 was pretty much just microtransactions. Treasure Hunter update, Treasure Hunter event, Treasure Hunter event, just nonstop.
Seems like kind of a problem, and people over there aren't really sure what to do. So the reason I'm bringing this up because it's kind of worrying, as an Old School RuneScape player as well, because I don't know if I've talked about this in the past, or if it's obvious, but if RuneScape 3 tanks too much, there's a good chance we might feel some of the repercussions, whether it's through increases of membership or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think they'll ever add microtransactions to the game, and if they do, I'm just gonna quit, to be honest.
Oh, and that's the thing. We know Old School RuneScape the Old School RuneScape community is very cutthroat. You don't want to fuck with them for the most part. You know what I mean?
They're a sensitive group of guys, You do one little thing they don't like and they'll freak out, such as the Pride event, but
another dark time in itself. But moving on from that, now it's the parent company, right? That's kind of worrying people. So we know that if they do decide to add microtransactions in any sense, bonds do exist, but I find that's a different monster. It's kind of a lot different in the sense that I know tons of people who wouldn't be playing RuneScape because they can't afford the membership with real life money, but they're able to grind it out in game and actually pay for membership. You know what I mean? And that's how they play it. So it's a bit different, I find, but anything else, if they added cosmetics and stuff like that, a shit ton of people would just be quitting out of spite, even if it was just cosmetics.
It would start off as cosmetics. It would start off as something purely cosmetic,
always does.
Spend $10 and get a new Zara looking type of pet. Let's make that a poll. Let's poll that, guys. That's cool. I'll spend, as long as it doesn't make the game pay to win, I'll spend $10 to make my Zara look cooler. My Zara pet. That's how if it were to start, it would start with shit like that, because that's how it always starts with
Yeah. But we do know, I'm pretty confident that they would not even be able to pull something like that. The only way they could get microtransaction is just by adding it, because for a second people would destroy that in the polls.
Yeah,
I'm pretty confident. People are so against microtransactions in Old School RuneScape, it's great to have. It's great to know that people aren't going to stand for that shit.
So I think the biggest issue, I don't know if you're planning on talking about this in a second, but I think the biggest issue is people are afraid of, because if you look on the subreddit, half of it is, I was an RS3 player, now I'm an Old School player. Give me karma.
Yeah.
That's just half what the fucking subreddit is right now, and it's annoying as hell because I don't give a shit. But
I think it's kind of cool.
It just happens every 3 months, though. It happens with, we need help, guys, we need help. And then it's I'm an Old School player now. And it's cool, why are you playing RS3 in the first place?
Well, it's
you dingus. No, but I know I'm just being a dick about it. But like,
okay.
But but people are saying it's like, oh, with all these RS3 players coming on, and then they're like, RS3 is hemorrhaging money at this point. They gotta look at Old School as like the new cash cow, and that's how it's gonna become pay to win, because RS3 people will be they'll be like, yeah, we want microtransactions, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? They want this game to be more pay to win. That's what like a lot of people are complaining about, but
that's what people are worried about. I feel like that is,
it's stupid because they're leaving because of microtransactions.
Yeah, I don't think that's something we'd have to worry about. It's so minimal. But I did want to say that this weekend alone, we're recording on a Sunday right now, but this weekend I was reading approximately 8,000. I don't even know how they come up with this number. I have no idea. But approximately 8,000 people have left RuneScape 3 for Old School RuneScape.
Yeah, the numbers are like I was reading, they're as low as they were when EOC came out. So an all-time low, pretty much.
Okay.
Is what I'm saying. I don't have anywhere to confirm that. It was just what I was reading on the subreddit. So take that with a grain of salt. But like the one thing I'm worried about, like, and I mentioned that the issue has already started, and it started like years ago when Zalra came out, even before that. Like when Old School first came out, they wanted to bring out the Grand Exchange, and I was against it, and a lot of people were against it, but it somehow made its way through. Like it like barely made its way through the Grand Exchange is a huge update. I mean, I still would have I'd still be okay if it wasn't a thing.
But I mean, I've tried going to the Falador Park. I just don't got time for that. I don't got time to spend 4 hours trying to buy a Deherox set.
Well, that's what Zybez was for.
Okay. I don't fucking want to deal with some guy being like, hey, I'll sell you a Dragon Long for 100k. You meet up and he's like 110k. And you're like, no. And then he's like, all right. And you're going to give him the 10k because it's so minimal, but it's just
I never did. That should happen to me all the time, and I never did. That's the
problem. Yeah, and then you got to find somebody else, and then hopefully they don't do it. And that's what I didn't like. I actually do like the GE a lot. I find it helps. It's a big quality of life for myself.
Yeah, but
I do see how some people don't like it because, you know, there's kind of a fun nostalgia factor with the Falador Park.
Yeah, stuff like that. It was the whole old school feel, and which is fine. I'm not saying the GE is bad. It's nice as hell. It's a really nice update. But like, even things with like Zalra, how it produced a shit ton of money and resources into the game. Like, they do like a lot of things, and NMZ is probably the best example. I think it's like a monthly thing I bitch about is how shitty NMZ is.
And now our new segment, Deagin's gonna complain about NMZ again.
Yeah, so skip 5 minutes if you don't want to hear the same rant. No, but like there's been a lot of updates that like make the game a lot easier. And I've said it before, like, you don't need a 99. There's no end game to this fucking game. Like, you don't even need max 99s and shit for raids. Like, you don't need to be rank 1. Like, that's why, like, NMZ is shit and whatever. But, like, anyways, I think, like, the big worry is that, like, the more people that come in that like a more fast-paced progression system and a less grindy progression system, then eventually people are more prone to quit faster. And because there's nothing to grind. Like, every time I quit this game or take a break, it's because I finish, I reach a goal, and I don't know what to do next. So then I just stop for a bit, and while I try and figure out what I'm going to do.
That's where you're starting to see these updates for raids, Inferno, raids 2, you know what I mean?
Exactly, but like I said, if the game ever becomes microtransactions, I'm telling you, it'll start off with like, Merry Christmas, spend $10 and Cerberus, your little mini Cerberus pet wears a Santa hat. Nothing major, it doesn't change anything. In fact, it kind of sounds cool, right?
In fact, I'm going to suggest it on the subreddit.
I could have a Santa hat for my Cerberus. You know, I could have little stockings on my Kraken tentacles. Like, you could do like something silly, right? We're like, that's kind of cool. And then, or like, you know, spend some extra money and you could get new graphics for your player-owned house. And you're like, that, people would do that if they if they do housing hosts and stuff like that. Like, see,
I agree with you there, where that's like the first thing we would start seeing if what microtransactions might try to step into this game, God forbid. But honestly, that's how it steps in most games, but I think Old School RuneScape, like, I don't even want to say this to be giving out ideas, but like, I would expect to see it in like an event being like, hey, welcome to the Rune Festival in-game event area, but you can only enter with a bond. You know, use a bond to exchange this little circus.
That was the one, like maybe 3 months ago. That's what made a lot of people come over from RS3 to Old School for about a week and to get that juicy karma to go back. But they had a special event that you had to pay for to get in. And people were really upset with it. And I think the big thing is that like history literally repeats itself, like in game and in real life. Like it always just fucking repeats. No one ever learns from anything. If it affects like, if something affects more than 20 people, it'll affect them more than once. Does that make sense? Because collectively,
I think so.
Yeah, I think collectively, just people in general think they're a lot smarter or something than they are. I mean, people individually might be, but I mean, like, as a whole, like a herd mentality type thing, you kind of, everybody gets brought down to a certain level that, like, does this make sense? That, like, makes it so, like, someone at Jagex whose job is to literally push microtransactions can do his job. Because there's people that literally, their job in Jagex is to do microtransactions and figure out how to get more money out of RS3. Like, that's what they get paid to do. Like, they do.
Yeah.
It's an actual job that, like, it's not like some dude who's just, like, programming. He's like, would that be cool? Treasure Hunter 2.0?
Yeah.
Like, it's a planned thing by someone who has a title. And, like,
their plan is to milk the cow as much as possible.
Yeah, and they understand how to manipulate people because they know marketing and advertising. And the scary thing about Old School and RS3 is that its base community likes to communicate through shitty memes and stuff on a subreddit. Like, JX could have a bot right now that analyzes every post and every comment and has analytics for what people think on certain things. Like, Mod Ash is the best and Mod Mad K is the worst in terms of Jagex mods. You know what I mean? Does this make sense where I'm going with this?
I don't know. Keep going. We'll see.
So, RuneScape is like Old School would be the easiest game to sneak in microtransactions, is what I'm saying.
See, I would have to disagree there.
Through things like astroturfing and like online manipulation, just because like, how often is your opinion swayed on a topic? Like, this happens, this happens to me all the time, and this is like kind of RuneScape related, and I have to catch myself and be like, why am I agreeing with this person all of a sudden? Like, it happens all the time on Reddit where, like, I read an opinion and I agree with them, but then I read a counterpoint and then I agree with that person. And I go...
Yeah, I hate to say it. Yeah, that's me. I do the same thing.
It happens to everybody because people can present themselves in, like, a way that, like, that's totally understandable. I agree with that. And then it, like, it's really hard to catch yourself. And, like, especially where you look at Old School and it's just memes. Like, what day is it? Day 32 for Beaver Facts? You know what I mean?
He's working hard there, though.
Yeah, I mean, he's going at it. But I mean, like, in terms of, like, there's not really any serious discussion. It's all memey, so, like, you can kind of just, like, turn your brain off and go through the subreddit and have some fun. But then suggestions get peppered in that you kind of like or dislike, and opinions get peppered in. And I think, like, it would be, like, like 3 years from now, I could be in a coma, wake up, and be like, is there microtransactions yet? And you'd be like, yeah, like, I knew it. Like, I could easily see how it goes, and because, like, I'm not saying, like, everyone's easily manipulated and dumb. I'm not saying that at all. It's just that, like, you can easily reason with, like, some of, like, the things that they could phase in. And it happens to, like, other games, too. When games go pay to win, they always start off with cool cosmetics that, like, affect a small amount of people that are, like, that doesn't hurt anybody. Somebody wants to spend $10, and $2 of it goes to charity, and $8 goes to Jagex, and now my mining pet is in a hospital bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm actually doing good, but then, like, I don't know. It's scary. But what I'm saying is the RuneScape 3 resurgence thing, where the migration doesn't really change how that process would go. Maybe it would just speed it up.
Well, this might go into it after, because I want to bring this part up. I don't want to talk about this for too much longer, but, like, they made a pretty big uproar in RuneScape 3, and then one of the, I don't know if it's the leader for the microtransaction department or whatever it is, but he's going to come up with a statement on Monday, so next week's episode, we'll be able to tell you maybe what happened there, if anything happened. And yeah, we'll have to see. But a lot of this seems like it comes down from when Jagex was bought by that Chinese company.
Yeah.
Because when I was reading into it, and apparently this is something common, where like, you know, a company gets bought and they just fucking milk it for they milk it for as much as they can. It dies, and then they sell it and move on. And the problem is, it's just the way things are kind of done with many, you know, high roller business types in China, is they work more towards short-term gains than long-term gains.
Yeah.
And especially with video games itself, a lot of Chinese gamers, they play games that are more pay to win than what we play in like Western society, I put in quotes, which is pay to unlock.
Yeah.
You know, we pay for membership, we get more content.
I mean, you make a good point with that company, the company being bought out, because I wouldn't, like, imagine Jagex's, like, random numbers, like, net worth or, like, yearly, you know, income, like, whatever they make per year. Let's say it's 50 million, just probably not it, definitely not it, I'm just throwing that out. And then if this company buys it and then can pump out or push a lot of microtransactions that actually make it into, like, a 56 or, like, a 65 million annual income, then they can sell it for more money. Does that make sense?
Yeah, or they take that profit, sell it for maybe a bit less because they killed it. You know what I mean?
And they move on.
They milk the cow dry and move on, which has happened in the past. And honestly, that's might have been what happened to the beginning of RuneScape 3 when microtransactions got introduced.
Yeah.
You know?
I didn't play when they first got introduced, but I'll just say this and I won't continue talking about it. If it happens in old school, like, we'll never see a squeal of fortune. That would not be a thing we'd see. There wouldn't be daily pay to win spins or anything like that.
I'm pretty confident that the old school RuneScape community would fight back, you know, tenfold, because microtransactions is, I don't feel like you could justify bringing in even the cosmetics that you were mentioning. Other games I've seen it happen. You know, Destiny, I used to play that game. They brought in dances that you could buy, like emotes, and I fell for it. I bought an emote because I'm like, I like Destiny. I want to do this little funny little dance. And then I stopped playing it because it doesn't matter. And look at Destiny 2. They have loot crates that you can get from it, which kind of just expanded. And I'm sitting there being like, I'm glad I quit that game and not playing it anymore. So.
Yeah.
We'll have to be on watch for some of that microtransaction shit.
Yeah. Before we move on, though, I just want to ask you this: do you think there needs to be a total level to vote on polls with the migration of RS3 players? Do you think there needs to be a total level requirement and or a quest point requirement?
It's a great point. I mean, it's a great idea because, like, you know, it would stop people from like hopping on like 3 accounts that they have if they have. I don't know. I don't know if some people are having accounts that are meant for just polling. You know what I mean? But not out of the realm of possibility. And that's a good idea. I mean, that's a very good idea because, like, if a new player came and they only have, like, let's just pretend like 200 total level. I don't know if that'd be a lot for a non-member, but do they really have a good grasp on the game to vote for content coming in? You know what I mean? Would they know if an Aram staff should be one-handed or two-handed with that total level? But at the same time, you don't want to bar to get total levels up in non-members and in members is a completely different game, right?
Yeah,
that's the problem. So I think there should be like a total level kind of thing. Wait. Can non-members vote?
Yeah, I actually have no idea. I've never voted as a non-member. I'm going to Google it actually real quick. So you need to be a member with a total skill level of 280, which is nothing.
Oh, okay, so
that's pretty much
kind of
nothing.
there. Okay, but I guess they do have it, so cool, interesting. Look at that, we're learning something new today.
But okay, do you think that they should have like an actual one, like 750, 1,000, 2K?
Well, you don't want to make it too high because, you know, you have accounts that are like very lucrative, like people that, you know, Karamja only accounts and stuff like that, right?
But I'm just using those random numbers. But do you think they should raise it or like be more strict on who can vote?
I don't know, because I don't know if it's I would need to see the numbers if it's an actual problem of having like these accounts hopping on and just like, you know what I mean? People just training these accounts to have more sway over it. Are there clans out there that are just like poll accounts?
I think the big question is RS3 players are more inclined to faster grinding and stuff. And with mobile coming out, mobile gamers are more inclined to microtransactions. So to combat people that just want an easier game and to not to taint the game that we've been playing for, what is it, like 14, 13 years?
Yeah, the thing is, we got a pretty good mod team. I don't think they would necessarily try to pull a fast one. All of them seem really fucking good. Like, I think it's one of the best teams for developers.
Yeah,
they all seem to generally like the game.
Yeah, but do you think they should like or have real requirements for voting?
I don't know. I don't. I'm too ignorant to say, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you.
You know, I'm pretty confident that if, let's say, the, you know, Chinese bosses come in and are like, I want microtransactions in the game, I'd be surprised if Mod Ash is like, all right, let's bend the knee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could see them being like, no, let me explain why this is a terrible idea. But I guess we should move on from that, yeah?
Yep.
And lastly, last thing I want to mention, it's getting a long episode, look at this, RuneFest all over again. On last week's QA, or the QA that I just recently passed, they mentioned something kind of interesting that's going to be coming up in November. And it's going to be called King of the Skill. A new tournament sort of thing going on. So what this is going to be is they're going to open up a new world. They've mentioned maybe accelerated experience, but they're not, I don't know if they're too sure about that. Nothing set in stone, I don't think. But what they're going to do is have it open for a month where you can go in there and train, you can play the game, right? And at the end of that month, whoever has the highest experience in each of the skills is going to win something, will be a winner of some sort. You know, so you'll have a winner for the most attack experience, a winner for the most strength experience, a winner for the most HP experience, winner for the most herblore experience, for every single skill, right?
Okay.
And to combat people from, you know, just staying up all night for 30 days and, you know, getting 200 mil experience within the first week or something, they're going to cap you at 24 hours for that month of playing.
Okay.
So this way, if someone, like, we could participate easily by coming home, I come home after work, spend an hour each day playing the game, and, you know, I finish the month with 6 days to spare, basically, right? So casuals could easily participate as well. And, yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I like it. It's definitely a fun little challenge for all those PV, I guess not PV members, but skillers.
PV everything's.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
I like it.
We might see some new techniques for training pop up.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. That's kind of exciting to see. And I think that is basically it for our news section. Which means it's our it's time for our news segment that we recently introduced. We're going to talk about some more lore. So I mentioned last week we're going to keep these, pretty brief. There's a lot to talk about, but we're going to cover like little sections each episode, and we'll slowly get through all of it, We'll get through the whole meat and potatoes of things. And, I've been going through it. I'm learning a lot as well as I'm reading up about the lore and stuff like that, and it's pretty hefty, so we're not going to overload it too much. So last week we covered the Elder Gods, and, we talked about all that, who the Elder Gods were. A lot of people maybe have never heard of the Elder Gods, because I know I hadn't until recently. But we're all aware of the regular gods that we have now, also known as the young gods. This episode, we're going to talk about the difference between the elder gods and the younger gods, who the younger gods are, their kind of mottos and ideals, and then continuing on next week, we'll go through each individual god, because there's a lot that goes with each of them. So I talked about last week how the elder gods are what your typical godlike beings are, and there's very little known about them. But the younger gods itself are a lot different than what than your typical gods. To become a younger god or to become ascended as a god, there's a few ways that have been found out about doing that. A lot of it is still unknown and just comes through just text and lore within the game. But you can do that by getting maybe an artifact or relic left behind the Elder Gods when they made Gielinor or the world of RuneScape. You can also become ascended as a god by killing another god and basically consuming his powers as well. The younger gods do not die from, age or things like that, and can only be killed through the use of other godlike weapons or godlike artifacts. But what makes them different than mortal beings is once they have been killed, they cease existing. They do not get the benefits of an afterlife that mortals normally do. When they are dead or killed, they are completely wiped out and they are never coming back, basically. So for the younger gods that we are aware of, there is 6 of them. And I'm sure most of you guys have heard about, maybe you guys have heard of all of them. So these gods are Saradomin, which many people know, is the god of order and wisdom, or the god of shiny light. We have Guthix, which is the god of balance. And we have Zamorak, which is the god of chaos and power, the Scourge, father of invention, lord of chaos, the Dark Lord, and the god of dark fire. Lots of titles there. And these titles are normally given to them by their followers. And then some of the other gods as well. We have Bandos, god of war, Armadil, the god of law and justice, Zeros, god of control, the empty lord, the great lord, and lastly, Saren, the goddess of light, queen of harmony. So these gods, these younger gods, are able to kind of enter the realm of mortals, and they are able to interact with them as well, and which cause them to gather their own followers in itself. They are very powerful beings as well, but not as powerful as the Elder Gods. The Elder Gods are able to create and basically destroy. They were able to create multiple worlds and shape them as they would. But they are not actual beings that we are aware of. And I think that's where we are going to leave it for this week. I think next week we will talk about one of the specific gods in itself. We'll talk about their followers, what their ideals might consist of, and stuff like that. So there's your weekly old school lore in a nutshell. All right, and with that being said, I think we should start wrapping things up. We're getting a little lengthy here, but
yeah, I think it's time to wrap her up for the week.
Sounds pretty good. So, yeah, if you guys want to send us your feedback or, ask us questions or tell us a story of any sorts or just get in contact with us in any way or, hang out on RuneScape, there's a few ways you guys can do that with us. There's our Twitter is @TheWildernessRS. Our Facebook is facebook.com/TheWildernessPodcast. Our email is thewilderness.podcast@gmail.com. Our in-game clan chat is WildCC. And we have a Discord as well that we will get you a link. Just let us know and we'll send you one somehow. And yeah, I think that's about it. Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
No, I think I said more than enough this episode.
Mouth's getting tired.
Oh yeah.
There's a gay joke in there somewhere, but anyways, all right, guys, thanks for listening to our episode 55, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Tune in next week for 56. That doesn't really work.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe it'll work next week. Try and work it out. All right, yeah. Yeah, thanks for listening. Have a good one.
All right, later, Gators.
you.